Good evening. Welcome to the final night of the first rounds of the ARMA Team League Season 4 for 2023. Veggie and Cheese here with you once again, at least for the first two Hanchans.
Yep, then I'll pop off.
Then you'll pop
Last
off.
Hanchan.
Yep. But yeah, I was just going through the standings one last time here, just before we get underway. Realistically, whenever I actually bring up the standings, we've got a good 8 teams fighting for the last like 4 spots. I'd say 1 through 4 are probably safe.
Well, Tile Dreaming does have 3 games still to play, so there is a scenario where if they come fourth twice, which isn't that unlikely, it can happen.
Yeah.
Everyone in the ranked games can relate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can easily just eat 2 fourths, and that's like minus 50 twice, and it's possible definitely for Tile Dreaming to drop out.
They will. If we get to watch any of their games, we'll see how defensive they play. Try and maintain, second or third.
We will be watching them in the very first game. We will be watching game 2 first, and then, as we said before, we'll sort of go game by game. So we'll have to see how things settle after this first Hanjan. But yeah, this first game will be Tall Dreaming, Champagne, Furious, Double Reach, and Jan can run. So yeah, Furious and Double Reach is really the only team here that's guaranteed safe.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, the other 3 definitely still have stuff to play for. So we'll be good. Are we good to go? We are good to go, at least for our game. So I'll jump across there and get that started as soon as it actually appears. And now I get the feeling I didn't update the evolution. I did not. It's done on my end. I just haven't pushed it to stream. Hold on. There you go. So yeah, we'll have Grills again. We did see him in one of the games we watched last night. And then Ekusok, Rune, and Lost My ID, who is Jime. So yeah, our game is started, so let me just quickly go fix the seats up. Alrighty. Not that. Here we go. Okay, and there we go. Easy enough. Alrighty. I'm just gonna actually just pause that. I'm still on the edge of exhaustion. Yeah, no, it's looking that we will have a good set of games, because yeah, everything is definitely not settled going into the final night's worth of games. I mean, yeah, as we were talking last night, like, teams such as Oishkanare have sort of been in and out of the top 8 pretty much for the entire season. Same with Hitsuanko, Junkin, Suma, Junkin, Ron, Champon. Yeah, no, I have been sleeping. I'm fairly sure I've got some sort of like a head cold or something. I was getting all scratchy throat today as well, so I hope it's nothing actually serious. But I have had the absolute inability to focus for what feels like a week. It's been really upsetting.
Yeah, I also haven't been sleeping well.
Yeah.
It's the cold weather, man.
Yeah, probably, you're probably right. It hasn't felt that cold because I feel like it's actually been quite warm, like compared to like say last year. But we're not really in the full swing of winter yet. But yes, we did manage to fix up the missing game from the end of last stream. That was an interesting little bug in the code.
Ah, yes, it's all bandage fixed now.
I told one of my friends who does coding what we did to fix that, and he was distraught.
All right.
All right, we're underway. So starting with lost my ID here in the dealer seat. Pretty average hand. A lot of outside tiles, but not as much compared to Rune. Not as much
Oh, but
Ekusak.
Double reach from Ekisak. And with Dora too. That's the manga and waiting on the Hanchans 7, so 3 left.
3 left. Good start for Ekusak. Champon definitely trying to secure their spot in the top 8, so being able to convert this would be a good start to it.
Another 7-0 drawn by Quills. I think Quills will just keep pushing the hand as normal. They are currently 2-shan 10 with roundments.
Yeah, Gwills' hand, I mean, it's pretty quick, as you said, you know. But like when you come into a double Riichi situation like this, like it's pretty much it can be anything. You have just absolutely no idea. So sometimes you might as well just push and see what happens.
Yep, they're being a bit cautious, dropping the 4-pin, 3-pin. It was nice that Ruin did drop the 3-pin right after, so Wills didn't have to have it stuck in his hand. But Ruin with that Hatsu pawn is Ishan 10 for Hatsu Sanshoku Dora 1.
Yeah, nice little pickup for Rune. They can convert that. Especially
so just, yeah. Praying that Lost My ID has a 7-pin since it is Genbutsu against the Riichi.
Yeah, that is true. Since the Dora was passed, you can pick it up. It's a little bit saved, I guess, in that sense. Because yeah, but now you might just see them, play them all. Play more this way. So it looks like Wills might be able to lock the 7-so up as a pair. Depending on how they exactly want to handle the Tenpai if they get there.
Ishan 10.
We are already third row, and we still do have 2 7-so left in the wall.
When thinking about this chair, 3-man is Suji, but Suji probably doesn't play as much of a role for a double Riichi.
Yeah, it can be anything. Like, you have nothing to go off apart from the Riichi tile, and that doesn't always tell you anything either. But 2 draws left for Ekusak. A 1 draw?
No, 2 draws, but
Two
they
draws,
did
yeah.
manage to submit 7 star. So double Riichi, Sumo, Door 2, and an Ura for a quick Hanuman in East 1.
Quick Haneman, yeah, very nice pickup for Okazaki and Champon. Unfortunate for Lost My ID and Junkin Sumo, or Junkin Run rather, having to eat the dealer payment there. But is rewarded here with a 2 Dora, pair of Wests, and hanging East tile.
And an Arca.
Hatsu. Yeah, and an Arca. It's a nice little starting hand here for Lost My ID. The dealer Rune has a pair of Hakudo and pretty good shapes. Very good shapes, really.
Yep, Gull's also not bad. 2 Shan 10, but can upgrade pretty easily.
A lot of tiles can be accepted to improve the speed of that hand for sure. And Ekosog to the left has an Akadora and pretty good shapes as well. A lot of middle tiles that can easily be worked around.
Oh, lost my ID. Throwing
the
the Dora.
And keeping the West feels a bit weird. Maybe trying to
Probably
find...
didn't notice that South was the Dora.
Yeah, I have to hope so. Now you just have to, you have to throw the other one now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Rune managing to find the Tenpai with those... Picking up the Haku Anko and...
Yeah.
5-8
pin, 4 left.
And yeah, Gwill's a bit stuck. It had absolutely nothing safe apart from the 1-2 mal, which would break the hand.
Oh man, feels so bad to lost my ID. Could have like Ishan 10 with Dora 3 and like pin for E-Peko chances.
Yeah. Super unfortunate.
So Gwills did decide to push a little bit, dropping the 9-pin pair, which was a live Suji, is maintaining Ishan 10, did get Tenpai now. They decided to take the reach and the Kanchan 7 Man for Riichi Aka.
Yeah, Gambutsu to dealer, Riichi. So maybe hoping to find someone willing to risk it.
Only 1 left in the wall. Oh, might 7 Man come out? No. 3 so safe. Probably the other 3 so.
Yeah, Frieza here feels fine to come out now. You're not guaranteed the Tenpai. If you want to push the Tenpai, you have to push the 7 man, so be it, I think, but...
Pretty rough spot here for Ekusok as well. I don't think he has many, if any, safe tiles against both players. Goes with the 7-pin, which was Suji against Rune.
Yep.
But doesn't matter, 8-pin comes out.
We were free.
Oh, and it's over 3.
Big deal among gun for Rune.
Another 12k. Oh, and this is where we start talking about Tao Dreaming, who was in 4th place. But already down to 9,000 points in East 2.
Yeah, as you said, if they take a couple, 2 average-ish losses, it could put them all the way down to about 0 points or so, which can put them into danger going into the last Hanchan. But Rune getting to go once again. Puritan double reach, probably safe in top 8, but looking to close the distance to the top 2.
Yep. Oh, does have 5 pairs now.
5 pairs, so we'll see if Chitoi is on the menu.
Oh, not keeping that 1-cut Hatsu. That would have been a nice wait. I might move towards a Honitsu.
Can sometimes be a blessing, these Chitoi Ishantens, because if you keep drawing just the one suit or on a tiles or something, you can shift over if you really want to, depending on how the tiles are sitting.
Gwil's building towards the Tanyao, hoping for that 6 so, and lost my ID with 1 Dora and pretty decent shapes to work off.
Yeah, lost my ID, choosing to cut the east pair they started with to try and go for Tanyao Pinfu, something like that, perhaps.
And Ruin does decide to go for that Honetsu, cutting the 6-man pair. And Ponza 2 so now is Ishanten.
Yeah, I like this because I feel like you're probably more guaranteed to try and complete the hand as a dealer. Like, it always feels a bit awkward going for Chito's dealer, I feel, because you just run the risk of getting stuck. Whereas, shifting the hand like this allows you to open and speed it up and, put pressure on the table.
Oh, and that's Tenpai for Grills. Reaching, waiting on the 6-9 so. 4 left in the wall.
4 left, pretty good.
Somewhat loose in Rune's hand if they get the 1 so or the west. Oh, but the 8 so. Yeah, just saved him. You can cut the safe 1 so pair.
Yeah, well spotted by Rune, actually.
Oh, but another 9 so. That's Tenpai waiting on the last west. Oh, with that 9 so just drawn by Ekistock. Oh no, he's doomed.
That's doomed, yeah. There's no escaping that, unfortunately. Oh, maybe.
Oh my god. This Ura gaming.
Ura for everybody today. So another Mungan pickup here, this time for Gwils.
And really important for Gwils.
Yeah. They were under 10k points before the East 2 had ended, and now they've caught back up, which is nice.
Really look at this here. Lost my ID with 10 unique for Kokushi. With a pair.
Yep, and committing.
2 Shantan.
At least at this stage.
1 man, 1 so Hatsu. So 1 so is the bottleneck here. Only 1 left in the wall.
1 so will be to find Ekasok is the closest to getting towards Tenpai and perhaps shutting this down.
Yep.
Hopefully,
probably considering like 1 so or 6 man.
Yeah. I'm hoping they're considering and not disconnecting.
Oh yes, it could also be that. With this long of a pause, might be leaning to a disconnect. Oh, but there's a 1 so.
I lost my ID now with all Kokushi tiles.
Grills also has a really fast hand. Ishanten upgrading with that Aka 5 so draw.
Yeah, Gwils is drawn well.
Yep. Another upgrade.
It's not looking too hot for Lost My ID. Hasn't really made progress. 2 Hatsu out now. You can see 2 Hatsu. You can see 2 1-sos.
Oh, really good Ishanten here for Ekusaka also. Can accept the Dora for Ipeiko. Has the Pinfu. Aka 5 minus cheat away from Ruin. And Tenpai for Grills waiting on the 5-8 so for Riichi Pinfu Aka. 5-8 so is 5 left in the wall, which is really good considering two of them's in Grills' hand.
Yeah. Decent odds here for Gwils to sumo. Will we see another Mungan?
Rune not testing the Suchi 2-man, afraid of the potential 1-3-man with the Dora.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter in the end. Grills does manage to sumo the 5 so for Reach to sumo Pinfu Aka. No Ura this time.
It's only 8,800.
And climbs himself back to second very quickly.
Yep. And it starts with another pretty decent hand.
Wow, 3 Dora, Tanyao, like, this hand plays itself.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Ishanten Kutsuki on 4-man 8 so.
Also, yeah, Ishanten for Chitoy.
Oh no, not Kutsuki, sorry about that. That's not Kutsuki. Well, now it's Ishanten for Chitoy and Mentsu.
Yep.
2 quick calls here for Rune with the north wind. It's still 2 Shanten though.
Still 2 Shanten, little value unless you can find a Dora. Elsewhere, lost my ID. Paired the Hatsu.
Nice 6-pin draw.
Yeah, 6-pin's good here. You can probably drop the 8-pin. Looking for Vidora, obviously.
Gets pawned by Rune, now Ishanten.
I guess the scary thing about Rune's hand here is it looks very Hanitsu, despite the 1-pin already being discarded.
Hmm.
So it looks a lot more dangerous than it is, I think.
Oh, Ishanten for lost my ID, but she decides to keep the Dora Kanchan weight. But that was like the best draw for Ruin, getting the 2-4-5 man weight, which immediately comes out by lost my ID.
Yeah.
So shutting down that terrifying hand from Gwills.
Yeah, unfortunately for Gwills, started off strong, but then sort of just died out. Rune was able to catch up with the calls, shut down the dealership, and we go to East 4.
Yeah, I could imagine them calling some of the tiles. Unfortunately, like they cut away their 6-8 so, and then Ruin cut the 7 so right afterwards.
Yeah.
Didn't manage to get any calls. But on to Ekusok's dealership with a Haku pair. Decent shape, but not too much value.
Not too much value right now. Could accept the Dora, obviously. Probably looking for a little bit more. So we'll see if they maybe pass up the first Haku when it gets offered. Lost my ID also with pretty good handed. Two months a good find. As well as Rune, you can just accept a lot of tiles.
It does have a Dora, and just like you mentioned, Ekusok did manage to pick up a Dora there.
Yeah, that'll help that handed a lot. And another one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Now 5 pairs. So it does go for that Chitoy Shanten.
Yeah, 5 months are pretty clear commitment, I think.
Nice set of draws here for Lost My ID. Managed to get herself into Ishanten with a potential 5-6-7 Sanshoku.
Ooh, maybe going Toy Toy?
Yep, or even just Ching 3-6-0 Haku Dora 2 isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Many options. Oh, Lost My ID picking up Tanya chance as well.
Yeah.
Does not chi for Tenpai. Would just be Tanya only if she cheat.
Yeah, this hand can be more, hopefully.
And that's Tenpai for Ekusok. Oh.
Doesn't take it.
Doesn't take it.
That is Tenpai for Lost My ID as well. But
what an ugly Tenpai. Like, you could actually argue to throw the 9-pin there. Try to just force Tanya.
I wouldn't hate that. She instead refuses the Tenpai and just sort of just hoping to find a pair elsewhere.
I think 7-pin gives you the wider Ishanten. Oh, but now she's 3-10. So if you cut the 9-pin 4, you'd also be 3-10 on the 6-9 pin. She does take the 3-10 Tenpai.
Yep, this Dharma tends it for now.
Still 4 left. So
It's
not the worst chance of Simmer.
it's not the worst Riichi I think, but just not willing to risk it, I suppose. Yaka 5 man here offered and taken.
Yeah, Ruin Tenpai with no Yaku. And that's Tenpai for Gwills with that Forso Dora draw. So waiting on the 1/4 man for Riichi Dora 2
2. Yep.
with a bunch of Fu. Oh, and Rune does manage to get Yaku. Waiting on the Kanchan 5, so none left. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1/4 man, all the 1 mans on the board, and 2 4 mans that we can see.
Yeah, Lost My ID's just been forced to take the hand apart at this stage. 7 man pushed, but the 4 man is found.
Reaches in my door too.
Mangan. And with
Slingshot squills to first.
Yeah. Gwills down to it was 9,000 points at the middle of East 2, and then straight back up to 33k. And Lost My ID now with her second dealership, faced with a bit of an ugly high pie.
Yeah. I thought Ekusak had another double reach hand, but it was actually 2 Shanten. But really nice hand.
I think if Ekusak could double recheat on Lost My ID's dealership again, it would have been questions asked.
She would have just given up on the game.
Yeah. So it looks like Rune's eyeing off a 789 Shanshoku here. Cutting a couple mid Sozo tiles. Is now Ishanten for that.
Dora's south, only 1 in Rune's hand. So if you can manage to pick up another one. Oh, Lost My ID. Grabs one first.
Yeah, hoping to find a second one for Rune. Otherwise, you're pretty much forced to Tanky on it. It can be a bit awkward, obviously, throwing these potentially double Yaku high doors.
I mean, he'll probably throw it if he Tempai's on the 7 pin or the 7 man.
Most likely. But it never feels great.
Not much happening right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Aka 5 so gets dropped by Ekusak.
Yeah, Kusak's playing this hand a fair bit interestingly, I think. Like holding onto the Haku for a safe tile. Just trying to complete the blocks and I guess deciding to commit to having the free cell as a pair.
But that's Tenpai for Goyles waiting on the Kanchan 7 pin. Does Riichi. Riichi, Ipeiko, Aka.
3 left.
Oh, yeah, all of them left.
It's a good decision from Girls in terms of...
Oh, that's Tenpai for Ekusak. Does take the Riichi. Waiting on the 2-man 3-so. 3-so is dead on the board. So it's just the 2 mans left. Oh, which immediately, the last one gets drawn by Gwills, dealing to the Apatsu. Riichi, Apatsu, Aka. No. But the battle for first and second does go Ekusak's way.
Yeah. Very back and forth game. Rune here with a really nice starting hand.
Yeah, his last dealership does that with a pair of East and an Aka. Does pawn the West. So really relying on the East here.
East or pairing up the Chun maybe.
We'll see what Gwills decides to do with his hand. Currently holding 3 live Yaku high tiles. 4.
4. Yeah. Alright, throws the Hatsu. But yeah, I can relate to what you're saying there because you don't really want to speed up opponents. Like, this table's proven to be, I think, fairly call happy.
Personally, if it was me, I would actually just give up on my hand with 4 live Yaku high, and the rest of the hand isn't that great.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I
1,
understand
2.
you sort of want to get points and win. That's the whole point of the game. But part of the game's also stopping your opponents from winning.
Yeah.
But
And
with
with the
that
calls,
East Yaku, yeah, now Tenpai on the 4-7 man.
lost my ID, drawn the poison 7 man here.
Yeah, 2 left in the wall, but I can see it coming out right now. Oh, she does go for the Tanyao. So not yet.
Not yet, so you might see the 1 pin come again.
Oh, and that might seal the 7-1 for a while. Oh, Tenpai.
Tempai, you can take the Tempai. This is perfectly acceptable, I think.
Yeah, she wants the Sanshuku though, really looking for some points. His
So,
Junkin run is in
Junkin was
11th
11th, yeah.
at -97. So can't just settle for, a third or honestly, even a second. Even second's quite far away. So she does need to fish for some more Yaku or value.
Fourth might just end up being a death sentence also.
Yeah. So I said Girl's hand wasn't that great, but all of a sudden he is Ishan 10 with a pretty decent hand. Tanyao, Aka, Ipeku chance.
Yeah, the hands come together while we've been looking at the rest of the hands.
Could take Tenpai. Thinking about it. And does so.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7-8, so Champon for Tanyao Aka 1. It's all dead in people's hands. 5, so is kind of a scary tile.
Yeah, same with the 2 so. That was just passed.
Yeah, but does push it. Lost my ID, he's had enough. Doesn't want to wait for an upgrade, takes the Riichi, waiting on the Hanchans 6 man. Still 2 left, 1 gets immediately drawn by Ekusak.
Yeah, just lost my ID. Run out of time. It's gonna reach you to try and force somebody's hand. Either make them fold and collect the Rikoku points or force them to deal in.
1 more draw left for Lost My ID. And doesn't get it. Oh, 7 man.
Oh,
It does come out from Girls, dealing into the Hote from Ruin. So Hote Ton Aka, 5,800. And suddenly Gwills is in third. About 10,000 points away from Lost My ID.
Yeah. Wanting to keep the Tenpai, I can understand. I feel like as well, their hand didn't really have an obvious safe tile. You'd have had to scout a board and look for a Genbutsu maybe, but yeah. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, but really good for Ruin. Now within striking range of first.
Yep.
It's
6,000.
an okay hand to work off.
It's not terrible. It's again, that sort of same position that Gwills was in last hand, where you have a lot of live Yakuai.
Yeah.
And Rune is proving to be a little bit more hesitant throwing them so far, at least.
But because of that draw, Sumigiri is the 1, 2, 3, so.
Yeah. Gwills has a lot of Pinzu.
Meanwhile, Ikutak has a pair of South and Hakus. Did not want to fully commit for the Honetsu.
At this stage, It's not the furthest, but I guess like you're not that far off either. You only have one half completed block, and it would up the value of the hand quite
Oh,
significantly, especially now you've got this. You've filled in that filled in the Kanchan. I would like to see like a push. Same with Ghouls here, but I guess maybe now you've completed your Sozo shape.
yeah. I was gonna say if he gets Tempai, I think he'll take the 2-5 pin weight. In South 2 in first place and second being the dealer. I think it's much more important to prioritize winning this hand. And this hand isn't even that bad. It's Riichi, Haku, Aka with the Dora as one of your weights. Oh, but Tenpai for Lost My ID, waiting on the 3-6 though. Riichi, Pinfu, and Ipeiko chance. Which is pretty good because we can see 3 of the 3-thos on the board in other people's hands. So 3
Yeah.
6-thos and a 3-tho left. Versus 2 pins and 3 5 pins. So 5 versus 4.
Very live tiles here, and yeah, you're gonna see these tiles I think get picked up by players pretty quickly.
4 versus 4.
Rune went with the one chance, one man.
Yeah, I don't think he had much.
No.
Electing for the fold, hoping that, well, either Lost My ID Sumos or Ekusok deals into Lost My ID, which would be the best case scenario. A Chi for Tenpai here for Gwills, but no Yaku.
No Yaku, and it's gonna be pretty hard to find one.
Oh,
Ah,
and
well.
the Aka 5-pin deals into Ekusok's Riichi Haku. Aka 2
Rolling.
and an Ura.
That's really bad for Lost My ID, and Jun can run
Yeah.
South 3 now, and you're well in the hole. Ekasok now with a 45,000 point first place will require a bit of work for either Gwills or Rune to catch them.
Yeah, but Ekusok also has a pretty decent hand. Just needs to get rid of that Haku. And Tanyao is there. Oh, but keeping the Haku.
They do seem to hold on to these honor tiles a little bit long, maybe.
It's a pretty pair-heavy game. We see 4 pairs for Ekusok, 4 pairs for Rune, 3 pairs for Gwills.
Yeah, this seems to happen a lot as well. It seems that whenever we get a couple players with pairs, everyone else seems to grab them as well.
Yep, and that's Chito Ishan 10 for Ekusok.
Yep.
Also with the CG trap on either the 2 or the 8, so if he gets Tenpai.
Yeah, it's nasty with the 5 so this early. And yeah, you can just see these pairs get collected by players. Rune now with an Anko free pin. We'll see if Ekusok wants to open. They did last time. They were close to Chitoi Tenpai. Not this time. At least not the first offer.
Upgrade here for Gwills is Ishan 10. So electing to cut away that Dora Penchan. Hoping to draw another Dora, then he can drop the North pair. But elects to drop the Dora now before someone reaches. Isn't safe against any of the 3 players.
Yeah. Unlikely to be able to use it, so yeah, just getting rid of it ASAP. So Rune has been Ishanten Chitoi for a little bit. Or just got into it, sorry, rather. But could also just end up playing this hand normally.
Tenpai for Gwills on the 3-6, so 3 left in the wall for Riichi, Pinfu, Aka. And that is Tempai for Ekusok.
Dharma on the 1-so, which is dead at the moment.
Oh, 2-so isn't safe against the dealer Riichi. And you probably don't want to play too aggressively. You got a pretty comfortable first here at the moment. Goes with the 1-so. 1 chance. Ooh, but Tempai for Lost My ID winning on the 2-5-so. Only 2 left. And it doesn't matter because Will's Sumo is a 6-so. Riichi Sumo. Yep.
Yep, Riichi Sumo Pinfu. No Ura, so no Mangan. Yeah, it hasn't been the Hanchan for Lost My ID, that's for sure.
And Gwill's, honestly, if you look at his points chart, this Hanchan is probably a roller coaster. Just down and up, down and back up.
Yeah. Down to 9k, up to just over 30k, back down to 25k, yeah.
Alright, wakes up with 2 completed menses with the Dora.
The Dora, yep.
Rune with a pair of Chuns and 2 Aka.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Arc of 5 sec, you'd probably only thinking of Honitsu. Well, okay. Well.
Oh, and he does go for it. And we can see isolated Tons and Chuns in both Ekusok's and Lost My ID's hand, so I can see them coming out pretty quickly. Seeing a quick Honitsu Tempai for Ruin. But actually, it looks like Ekusok also wants to go for a Honitsu of his own.
I was trying to figure out exactly what Ekusok was doing. Yeah, you're 100% right.
And it looks like Lost My ID might also want to go for a Honitsu of her own.
Yeah.
So until they draw a lot of tiles of their respective suits, we probably won't see these honors come out.
Might just end up being the hand for Gwills here.
Yeah, but Rune's just like, I don't care, I'll just draw all these pins by myself. Is Ishan 10 now?
It's that
for the
easy.
Honitsu. Ishan 10 for Chitoy Honitsu as well.
That's a sun in my hand. Chitoy Honitsu. I don't think I've ever seen one of those in 4-player. Alright, so that's the ton offered.
It does take it. Waiting on the Chun 9 pin, so now those Chuns are poison tiles in both Ekusok and Lost My ID's hand. Oh, and it comes out from Lost My ID. Dealing into Chun Honitsu Aka.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Lost My ID's just been put in that position where you just have to push and hope.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're just going to get choked out.
Alright, it's our 4 quick puns from Rune and Ekusok. Rune okay with 2nd place. Like you said earlier, 310 double Riichi pretty safely in 3rd. Happy to just take a positive result here.
Not too worried about having to chase down 1st, 2nd, just call a south and probably bring the Hanchan to a close. But Ekusok is not content with just 1st. Obviously, Jampon isn't guaranteed to be safe. We'll look to try and run the score a little bit if they can.
Meanwhile, Gwills is just under 7,000, 6,300 from Rune.
Yeah, that's 6.
Probably a bit harder to catch up to Ekusok.
Yeah, a bit far for this hand specifically, I think.
Well, there is a Hanuman on the table that can grab some sort of Itsu.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Rune Tempai winning on the 4-7 Mon. An isolated 4 Mon in Ekusok's hand. And still 2 left in the wall. Oh, that 4 Mon
That's
might come out.
Yeah, it was either now or soon with the West this time. But
yeah, and as we know from Ekusok, he likes to keep the safe tiles.
And yeah, in the end, it was enough to hold the 1st. Heckerstock and Sean Pond taking the first here. Rune, Truth and Double Reach in second. Gwills and Tile Dreaming in third. Lost My ID taking a fourth for Junkin Run, unfortunately for them. Not out of it by any sense of the means, but it's going to be very difficult to now reach top 8 from this position.
Just seeing if Ekisok wants to join us for an interview.
Yes. Unfortunately, a bit busy. That's all right. No worries. We will just jump into the game that is still running. So this one is the first table with Pinfu Powers, Oishikanawa, Tanya Sensation, and the Quimrums and Wanderers in Southall. Nasty for Oishikanare in the first place, which is great because Oishikanare in ninth, needing to pick up a first.
Oh, just as we join, Cyber manages Sumo the north for Chun Honitsu.
Salvages second for Tanya Sensation, which is great, and not so great for
Crimson Wanderers.
Crimson Wanderers, and obviously Pinfu Powers were in 14th, sorry, rather. So not too much of a consequence there. But yeah, good for Tanya Sensation, just holding on to some more points. And with that, all the games will have completed.
Yep, I just have to fill in.
You have to fill in the score here.
Shouldn't take too long.
If I just quickly go through this mentally. We had a first from Champon, we had a first from Oishikanare, and in the other game, we had a first from... I had it here before. From Frisky, who plays for Riichi Fingers. So, and a second from Rachel in Itsu Anko. They were probably looking for, as we said yesterday, probably you want at least 2 firsts for Itsu Anko. So you'll have a bit of work to do at the in the last Hanchan.
Yeah, did chat with Rachel though that if we could place above Snowy from Urasan, that is a good result.
And you did. And Snowy actually took a 4th. So yeah.
So once I put in all the scores, we can quickly have a look.
Oh, I see. Oishikanari actually did take a penalty for being late and having to sub.
Being too weeb, watching anime. Didn't keep track of the time.
Watching Oshinoko. Yeah, okay.
Okay, all the scores are in.
The scores are in, so we can pop over to the standings and see how things have shifted here. Yep, as you said, Jampon with the first, back up to 5th place, which they did take for a little bit last week. Other than that, if I just bring up the overlay, because I have it left over here. Urusamba better dropped down to 9th. Oishikanari jumped up to 7th. Crimson Wanderers dropped to 8th. And that's pretty much everything in the top 8. Order Sparrow also dropped from 5th to 6th. So now, as things stand, we have Urusamba, Berjunkan Sumo, and Itsu Anko, the immediate contenders for the last couple spots. John can run 140-ish points back. That is achievable.
Especially if that cutoff can drop down a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right now it stands. You're looking at maybe like 270-point wins. So that's possible.
So unfortunately for both Junkin Run and Itsuanko, they're both not on the table with like Crimson Wanderers. So they're gonna have to rely on the other teams to help out a bit.
Junkin Run actually only has 1 game left as well.
Yeah, it's probably rough. Yep.
So that's actually gonna be a bit trickier for them, unfortunately. Oh, have you already updated the chart?
I'm not sure how the chart works. I think Unwise Owls
Yeah, he's saying
can
in the
charge up.
chat. He's saying in the chat. You can see the moves really nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like everything stayed weird. It's all flat. But yeah, okay. So with that, I assume we'll be starting on the hour.
So we got a break this time.
Yeah, we'll get a bit of a break here, and then we'll be back with the second game. So don't go anywhere. See you in 10 minutes. Oh, it's automatic. Okay, that makes sense. Alrighty, be back shortly. Alrighty, we are back. The refresh did end up working here, so we can pull open the graph here, which is done by Unwise Al, I believe, almost entirely, right?
Yep.
Maintained and kept up to date automatically. We can see here, like, this really how much the positions have shuffled over the last couple games in terms of, around that cutoff point. Like I said before, you got like your teams here like Junk and Sumo who are up and down and sort of been hanging around it for a little bit there. Oshikanaru, you can see that at one point they were in last and then they shot back up to the top 8. They've been fighting for that ever since. Same with like Shanpon. So yeah, it's a tight race. Like it has been for a couple weeks now, really.
Yeah, I think compared to previous seasons, we have a lot more teams fighting.
Yeah, for sure.
For the cutoffs.
Alrighty, so yeah, we have got the games underway here, so we will be watching the second game. This is obviously not gone where I want it to go, because I loaded up the other game. So we'll be watching on this table, we'll be watching once again Tile Dreaming, but with them Order the Sparrow, Urasam Better, and the Crimson Wanderers, with Cream, ES River, Bapanada, and Nikuman, respectively.
Yep, gonna be an interesting battle to watch here between Nikuman and Bapanada. Currently, Crimson Wanderers in 8th and Urasam Better in 9th.
Yep.
Just 28-ish points separating them.
Yeah, 28 points can even be done with like really high second place finishes and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, obviously, since they're on the same table, it's about one place. So whoever places highest, probably going to overtake.
Exactly as you say. This is not up to date. There you go. If I refresh it, we'll get the games. Here we are. So, yeah, we're looking obviously at the battle between Urasam Better and Crimson Wanderers in 8th and 9th, but again, we'll just be keeping a close eye on Tile Dreaming because since they are playing every game, something strange could happen and they can drop out. I think with that third that Ghoul's got, that was only a -10. It's less likely than it was, obviously.
Yeah, it's probably pretty unlikely at this point. They'd have to lose about 120 points, which is like 2 terrible fourths.
Yeah, like really big negatives.
Yeah.
Let me quickly fix up the seats here. And push that onto the stream.
What I can do.
There we go. Let's double check. Yes. Excellent. All right. Yeah, this is definitely a spicy game for sure. And I mean that's what we want to see, as on stream for commentating and stuff like that. We really want to see these close battles for the games that are do make the difference, and that's why we're carefully picking each game as it comes up here, so that we get the most entertaining content possible.
That's right.
So he's hoping for another back and forth game, just as we had just before. And this
you mean you didn't want to watch the table with 1st, 3rd, 13th, and 14th?
I did notice that when I was looking at the games, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's definitely not that one. Unfortunately, yeah, just not very high stakes.
Yeah, sorry for those teams. Turns out if you win or lose too much, you don't get featured on the stream at the end of the
At the
season.
end of the season, yeah. Should have had the more high stress finish and yeah. Had everything uncertain into the final Hanchan. It's really good for your anxiety.
Honestly, those are the best Hanchans to play.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll feel absolutely no stress going into your last Hanchan.
Well, we'll see if Rachel does manage to get a first.
Yeah, no, if Rachel can pick up a first, 70, 80 points, and all of a sudden it's Yuanko, definitely in with a real chance. I mean, you guys snuck in at the end last season, right? Oh. Jesus just dropped out of Discord. There he is, yeah. Look, it's alright. My Discord crashes all the time. Don't worry about it. Sure, he'll be back as soon as he's able. He's already back online, yeah. Hello. I'm glad it's not just my Discord that does that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's been happening sometimes.
Yep.
Did I at least manage to say what I wanted to say?
You're talking about Itsu Anko and Rachel getting a first?
Ah, yes. That's it. As long as Rachel gets a first, then we can have some fun.
Yeah, as Runes has pointed out in chat, Rachel is definitely well known for picking up big firsts. So yeah, more than possible.
All right, here we go. So Krim from Tall Dreaming wakes up with quite a nice starting hand. To complete a Mentsu and a Ryanman.
As Reva, an uncle of Norves, but not too much else apart from the Mentsu and the Manzu, and it's got potential. We'll need to either get rid of the honors or pair them up.
Probably hedging for Hanitsu. Not seeing the 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku chance. Not believing.
You never know that.
Niguman with a Hatsu pair and 2 Dora, so not shabby at all.
Yep.
And Bapanada with a lot of Pinzu right now. We'll see what Tazi draws.
Yeah, it'll be very dependent, I think, on what tiles come early, how this hand ends up shaping up. We've got the Dora acceptance, but the Pinzu, yeah.
Could even be a Jinchan.
Yeah, I guess so. It could even be Jinchan.
Oh, but we see a 3-so pawn, and now the Hatsu given over to Nikuman. So, showing Hatsu Dora 3.
Showing Hatsu Dora 3 will put the table on alert. If you weren't already alert after the 3-so pawn, definitely peeked up once you saw the Hatsu get called. And another Dora.
So Ishan 10.
Ishan 10 and yeah, potentially, I mean, already showing Mangan obviously, but can find maybe the Aka 5 pin or the 4th 3-so.
Oh, better Ishan 10 now for Nikuman. Goes and drops the 3-man, 5-man shape instead of keeping the 8-man Anko. This way, when he calls the 4-7 pin, he'll at least have a 2-sided weight.
Yeah, it gives a little bit more outs.
But because of that, now you don't get Tenpai on the 6-pin draw.
Yes, and chooses to maybe try and commit for a Toy instead. But this does just give you even a little bit more flexibility. Now you can find a couple extra tiles. But you lose out in the... Well, the Yaka 5 hand wasn't giving anything immediately, so it's not the worst. But now Cream.
Oh, doesn't want to drop the East.
East is still live. I imagine. No, not yet. Very cautious play.
Yeah, well, they could have had quite a nice Ishan 10 if they dropped the East instead of the 5-so, but with the 5-so drop, I think they might probably fold sooner or later. Unless the East becomes safe. because if they weren't going to drop the East
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of FISO, I can't see a hand like an Ishan 10 where they'll drop the East.
You're pretty much forced to drop the 6-0 at some point. Oh, there is.
Alright, not the 3-so Khan, but the Hatsu Khan gives Kandor a 4. So it's Hatsu Dora 7 showing for Nikuman. Well, now you really don't want to drop the East.
Yeah. Now with no idea where the Easts are, I think players will be very hesitant to drop
Oh
them.
no, there's the 4-man sumo.
Yeah. This has now become pretty awkward for Cream, obviously, but
Yeah.
both Bapanada and Ezra both are also holding on to East tiles.
Even awkward for Nikuman. You're like showing a Baiman, and here you are still Ishan 10 with like 3 draws left. Or maybe 4
Yeah.
draws left. Oh my god, so ugly. And you can't expect to get a call this late. No one's going to drop like a 4, 6, 7 pin.
No, not with these discards.
Oh, there's Tenpai. On the 4-7 pin. 2 left.
You can just sumo it, obviously, so...
Yes. Not the worst chance. Probably like, that was 25%-ish. Oh, and does get it.
Here we go. So
Immediately. So Hatsu Dora 7 Baiman. Easiest
big
Baiman.
hand. Hatsudora 7. Yeah, okay. Big Baiman for Nikuman. Exactly what Crimson Wonder is looking for to start this Hanchan. Hatsudora 7.
You love to see it.
Bapanada waking up with a very, very nice starting end.
Yep. Decent shape, so it's Naka. Can transition to a Tanyao, but drops the 3 pin.
Drops the 3 pin.
So very similar to who was I forgot who was the Kamicha last game.
Last game was yeah, no, completely lost it. But yeah, you're right. He did play.
That was Ekusa. That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Though this time Chun is the Dora.
And Nikuman also very nice hand. It did start off pretty nice, but has drawn this Pinzu.
This is actually just Tenpai with Ipeiko Aka.
Yeah. Keeps it too. I know a lot of people there would have been tempted to toss the Kanchan.
I'd probably just reach it as hand. Probably for a similar reason that you're saying. There's not much that you can improve off of outside of like a forcer.
It's either a forcer or you're looking to get something else, I think. So if you're not...
You might just be happy being like 20k ahead and just moving a Hanchans.
Yeah, I suppose so. You know, it's not often you get to start off with a Baimon.
Oh, and there's a 2-so. And 3-so was already cut by Bapanada. So 2-so does deal into the Ipeiko Aka from Nikuman.
Yep, moves the dealership along, as you say, and now gives you the dealer.
Yep, not bad. 1 Dora.
1 Dora to start with. Not a lot of great shapes. You got the 1, 2, 3 Manzu shape, but apart from that, the acceptance is not bad. Bapanada with a pair of Hatsu tiles, but not much value right now. Might try to shift it towards a Honitsu in the future, maybe to get some value.
Paratons for Crim.
And the Dora.
And isolated Dora. Maybe a 2-3-4 Sanshoku. Nice Aka 5-so draw for Nikuman. Really helps their hand.
Yep. And Bapanada also now just picking up a loose Dora.
Yeah, not much for Ezreva. No Dora. Does get a 6-man, so now they can at least accept the Dora. Ooh, will Bapanada go for Honitsu?
Throws the 1 cut Haku instead.
East passed by Krim. Would lose his pair.
I guess that is something to consider. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if there was a pause on it or not. He might just have calls off entirely. If it was, I think it was very brief for it.
Yeah.
With the Aka 5 pin,
Yeah.
you probably just wind up cutting
The Dora.
the Dora. It was either the Dora or maybe the 8 pins or something like that. It's
Yeah. Or the 7-9, so at least you can pawn the Hatsu.
yeah. But it does give you just that little bit of confirmed value, I think. So that's nice for Bapanadi. Now you're not forced to go on it too. If you need to, if you really want that extra value. And that is not bad for Nikiman either. 9-man is his pair right now, but it allows him to use the 7-man Dora in a Ryanman.
Yeah, sacrificed a bit of efficiency earlier, which ended up backfiring, losing the 6-pin pair, keeping the 1 pin, which was safe against both Krim and Ezrever.
So yeah, as you said in the first hand, or sorry, the last hand rather, maybe just valuing a bit of safety with the early lead.
Ishan 10 for Krim. Oh, Aka 5-man is awkward for Bapanada.
Yeah, Papanada's just drawn a bit awkwardly throughout the Hanchan, it feels. Not the Hanchan, the hand, rather. Oh, well, there you go.
Pairs it up. So it could just drop like an 8-pin pair. The other two are already dead on the board. Drops a 6-0 though, keeping 4 pairs. Oh, another Dora for Krim, but past the second East as well. So their hand is kind of awkward because they have 2 pairs and there's only one 7-man left, which we can see is in Nikuman's hand.
Yeah, might just be forced to cut the Easts soon. Again, we noticed that in the first Hanchan, the first hand, sorry, where they ended up they ended up holding on to safe tiles. Tile Dreaming pretty much just needs to avoid big losses. So after having to eat a dealer payment by man, maybe now you've got the 2 East tiles. Maybe if you could find a win here, great. If not, you've got the guaranteed fold.
Tenpai or Bapanada. Unfortunately, with 6-0 drop earlier, they lose the 2-5 8-0 Sanman Chan. Instead, just has the 8-0 Khan Chan, which there are one left. Oh, it's not Tenpai, sorry. It's not Tenpai.
Not quite, yeah.
Thought they had a pair, and they dropped the 8-pin pair. Actually, no. No. You can tell I'm half out of it.
I keep finding myself just staring at the board and just watching the tiles go around. It's bad. I think this is just gonna go to Rukoku with no one Tenpai.
Oh, K10. Oh, not Tenpai.
Not quite. Papanada picking up a cool 3,000 points and moving the dealership on away from Nikiman, who does escape his dealership, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, with only a 3,000 point loss comparative.
Nice starting hand here for Bapanada. Tanya with 2 Dora.
Yep. Good starting base for this hand for Bapanada. the other person in this Hanchan really looking for a decent win.
Yeah, but definitely wants to catch up to Nikuman.
Yeah. So we might see, I think, as the Hanchan progresses, we might see this a little bit more aggressive play from Bapanada if the point situation doesn't change soon. And decent chance for his hand to end up Tanyao.
We'll see if they call for Tanyao door 2. I think most of Rosan but better likes calling for faster hands.
I can quickly bring that up to have a check here. Open rate. Bapanada, 26% open rate.
Oh.
They're all between about 19 to 31%. So I guess it's typical, pretty fairly average.
Not as large as I thought. We see South offered to Krim, but once again he would lose his pair. But does take it this time. Oh, cuts the 7-8 pin, going for the Honetsu, I assume.
Yeah, I think if you were going to cut a block here, the 3-5 so would definitely been the one to go for. So
So you're probably just going to cut all of them.
Yeah, just cut everything and hope to find someone Manzu. The 2 mana in the discards might come back to haunt him.
Ezreava also with a nice Ishan 10 with 2 Dora.
Okay, and Nikuman cutting the Haku pair will go for Tanyao. Tanya Dora 1. No Sanshoku.
Tenpai for Ezreava. Riichi's waiting on the 3-6-0. Riichi pin through Dora 2. 5 left.
Yes.
The 4-man 2-pin Shampon for Nikuman is
2 left. Two pins.
And Bapanada also Ishan 10. Rian Mensa Menchan. Switch here for Nikuman. Waiting on the Kanchan 5-man, which is dead. Tenpai here for Krim. Oh, but still going for the Honetsu, which means that 3-so will likely deal in.
Yeah, so throwing the 5-so here first, which was at the time half Suji. Oh, here you go. Yep.
There we go. Had the 4-sided weight. But deals into the Riichi pin through Dora 2 of Ezreava.
Did matter here.
Yeah, didn't matter.
No, it did not matter.
Right, into South 1. So Krim last in 7,700. I think that should still be okay for Tile Dreaming, but you really don't want to bleed any more points.
Yeah, like we said before, 2 heavy fourths is what you'd expect to see them drop out. But even if they don't drop out, like the points still matter going forward. So.
Oh, quick Ishan 10 here for Bapanada. Will they take the highest efficiency by cutting the Aka 5-so, or might they go for like a 4-pin?
As far as the back.
So they go to 9-pin.
Bapanada in third right now, probably wanting to hold on to the Aka 5-so. Just hoping to match it up with something. But yeah, you just run the risk of letting people catch up, and we've seen so far that the players are pretty quick on this table.
Yep. Krim also Ishan 10 here. If they get the 5-so, they'll have the Dora Nobitan.
Yeah, 5-so would be an insane pickup for Krim.
Oh, nice upgrade here as well.
Goes to the Hatsu.
Okay, takes the tempo on the Kanchan 5-so for Riichi Dora 1. 3 left in the wall.
Yeah, the early dealer Riichi will put a bit of pressure on. There's definitely arguments for Dharma-ing and hoping to find something else maybe, but it's a bit difficult to find upgrades as well.
Yeah, I thought Bapanada might end up cutting away his West Anchor. Okay.
Yeah. Don't really want to fight against last place.
Yeah.
And by cutting the West Anchor, you can still maybe find your way back into a Empire later.
Yeah, if you draw pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like either Ezreava or Nikuman will be able to fight this dealer Riichi. In fact,
No.
Ezreava might be starving for safe tiles here. Goes at the 7-1. No chance.
Yeah, no chance. But yeah, as you pointed out, running out of tiles pretty quickly unless some stuff gets discarded soon. You can maybe put a 9 so here. And then Nicky Vander really has no need to fight. So
Okay, another 2 5-stars drawn by Nikuman and Bapanada. So just one remaining for Krim. Eight man. Also no chance. That goes as a 4-man.
yep, 4 mana was safe.
We'll probably go with the 1-man here now that they have 3 of them. You'd only deal into a 1-man Tunky. Oh.
Yeah, and you've got enough to see out the rest of the hand. Oh, you vote.
It's Shito Ishanten.
Nope.
No.
Now you just read the 1 man.
Yeah. So Krim
three.
with the 3,000 Ryukyoku payment. And gets given only some good shapes in the Manzu and a couple Yakuhai.
Yeah, and Adora.
And Adora. I guess you can build off of that for a Tanyao. Just throw away all the honors and terminals.
Yeah, it's salvageable, that's for sure. And as I said, no one else is overly fast, but Bapanada immediately filled a Penchan.
2 completed sets. Not bad handshape for Nikuman either. Similar to Krim's hand. Just honors and then Tanyao.
Just honors and Tanya, yeah. So you can build off it, as you said. It's an Akadora, Adora, Tanya. Okay, Tanya shapes. It's got the potential to be worth something, but we'll have to see if he wants to reach it, because Fasfa has proven that might not simply be the case.
Oh, nice 3-pin draw for Ezreava. Filling in that overlapping Penchan Ramen.
Yeah.
Oh, Dora 3 now for Nikuman. 4 pairs. Might start calling for Tanyao, but again, playing it pretty safe, keeping the honor tiles instead of maximizing efficiency.
5 pairs now.
Yeah, Ishan 10. I see Bapanada picked up a Haku pair right after Ezreava threw theirs. Last one stuck in Krim's hand, which comes out now. Will they pawn? They are Ishan 10 for potential 3-4-5 Sanshoku, so they decide not to pawn.
Yeah, right now that's their pair, so deciding not to pawn and keeping it. Without the Sanshoku, there's a little bit of value with the Akadora, but you're trying to maybe hope this hand could be more. Alright, so Chito's given up on, we'll go for the Tanyao. Or, no, yeah, the Tanyao. Or Sanshoku.
Or both?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Yes,
another
check.
pawn. Ishan 10.
All the middle tiles here being scooped up by Nukiman.
Yeah, any of our MCR fanatics here. There is a Yaku.
Yeah.
Probably wants the 4-7, so like draw or chi, because you really don't want to get stuck with like the sharp pawn. It's kind of
The
awkward.
5-so, 6-so Champagne, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice 7-man draw for Ezreal, giving him Tempai. Oh, 3-pin. Waiting on the 3-6 pin.
I mean, the first
2 left now. But can potentially come out from Nikuman.
doesn't keep the 2-pin.
There's quite a few 4-7 so's that Nikuman can get, which would spell disaster. Another 3-pin drawn by Krim.
I have to imagine we're looking for something safe here. Guess not.
Oh, 3-pin comes out. Keeping that Ishan 10. Deals into the Riichi pin Fedora. No error, so 3,900 plus some bonuses for Ezreal.
Yep, Ezreal now up to 32,000, taking away Cream's last dealership. So now Tile Dreaming with a not guaranteed fourth, but definitely looking likely.
Currently negative 55 on, like, if they stop the game now.
Right, negative 55 would drop them down to 5th and put them definitely in the thick of the fighting. But yeah, as we said before, still should be safe enough. But anyway, looking at the hand in progress. South pair for Cream. I think that was passed on with the one discarded by Ezreal. And then a Hatsu Anko for Nikuman with 2 Akadora and potential to pick up a extra Dora connected to the 6-pin. And Cream otherwise, just pretty good shapes. I might have decided to maybe keep the South as a pair.
Yeah, we'll see if they pawn the South. Currently both still in the wall. But is Ishan 10 now?
One South was discarded.
Oh, it got discarded, right.
Yeah. And I wasn't paying full attention because I was looking at the standings, but I think it was passed. Obviously, Cream now on 5,000 points, you can take this at the South when it's offered, but it's going to leave you like a 1k hand, most likely.
Unfortunately, just lost his last dealership as well. 3-man draw for Nikuman progresses his hand.
Yeah, the 2 Arca, the Hatsu Anko. If you do manage to find the 5-pin, it'll slide in very nicely as well.
Yeah, 1-man, yeah, will be a sacrifice of one of the potential Dora usages.
So yeah, 6-pin goes.
Oh, nice 6-0 draw.
Yep. So yeah, this is a 4th pair now for Ezreal. So it does cut one of the pairs.
Surprised not choosing to cut the 9-so pair instead. Maybe valuing some safety. Like if Krim Riichi's.
Yeah. Definitely in the back of the mind. Yeah, and that stuff is passed as well. So we'll lock it in as a pair here. On the Hanchan 5-man.
Yep. Riichi only. That's Tempai for Nikuman as well. On the Hanchan 6-man. So 1 5-man left versus 2 6-mans.
Yes. But Nikuman's is Hatsu Dora 2. You better that's the Riichi only for Cream. Yeah, before Ura at least.
we'll see if Nikuman decides to fold when he draws a dangerous tile. Ooh, upgrades, but it's 3-10. So we'll see if they cut the 8-man. And they decide not to. Oh, and Crew manages to sumo the 5-man. Riichi sumo no Ura.
Picks up 3,000. It's a start.
Does bring them closer to Bapanada.
Hmm.
And they do open with a decent hand.
Yeah, not too bad at all. 4 pairs now, but obviously you can work this into a normal hand pretty simply if you draw the right things or call the right things.
Nikuman dealer is 2 Shan 10 with 2 Dora. But the 6 or the 8, so you'll have to cut one of them.
Yes. Ezreva with pretty good starting shapes.
Yep, just keep getting rid of honors. Krim did manage to pick up a 5th pairs now. Ishan 10 for Tanyao Chi Toy. Actually, Tenpai now. We'll probably reach Chi, just waiting on the 2-pin. It's good enough. Oh, but takes a Dharma on the 6, though.
Dharma on the 6, so maybe hoping to find a tile at the west? No?
Interesting.
So,
Maybe hoping someone drops a 6 like instead of the 9 since it's Dora.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Chitoy Tanyao is still not bad. It'll definitely put you right back into the serious contention for third.
So we saw a Chi from Nikuman, relying on that Haku pawn for their Yaku. Or drawing like a 4 or a 6 and going for Itsu. So here, with that 4-man draw from Krim, I think if you weren't going to Riichi the Chitoy, you might as well just hedge for the Suanko.
Yeah, chase the Suanko, yeah.
Alright, Nikuman did manage to draw a 4, so now they can both pawn the Haku and also call for Itsu.
Yeah, the flexibility has been given. Here's the 1-man, but it is
Simagiri'd.
Simagiri'd. So, yeah, still 2 6-0s. So we will be seeing if Cream can probably rip one from the wall.
Ishan 10 for Ezreva, but there's the 6-9 in the hand. The good news is that they do have Tanyao if they draw like the 6-man, 3 or whatever. So we'll see if they decide to cut the safer 9 instead of the 6.
Yeah, safer because it's
6-man's not safe.
6-man is not safe.
I think you're gonna push. Okay, yeah, not gonna push. We also saw Nikuman fold with the 2 1 but managed to go back into Tenpai on the 2-man, 3-man Champagne.
Okay, well. It was actually
Nakatsuchi, yeah.
Yeah.
3 tiles of that Champagne still left in the wall.
Yeah, decent odds.
So there's still 1 6 for Krim as well. Papanada actually also Ishan 10. Shoves the 5-pin. But the 3-man does deal into Haku Door 2. And pretty bad for Krim here, just dropping lower and lower.
Yeah, now 700 points remaining. Dealing into the dealer Riichi definitely hurts. Bapanada has 2 2 dragon pairs. And
just a dealer open hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, 2 pair of dragons and a lonely Haku. And the Hakus are still on the wall, so. Hatsu and Chun in Ezreva and Krim's hand respectively. Oh, but 7-man draw filling that shape, you might just feel like
Haku,
you want to drop the Haku and have all your confirmed blocks. But they have a dream, Veggie.
I love to see dreams on stream.
So they're definitely gonna pawn this, yeah, and drop the Arca 5-pin. And that should rain some alarm bells for everyone. Dropping the 3-5-pin Kanchan.
Yes. That should let everyone know something's on, whether that would be like a Dora Anko or something. We'll have to see if the Chun comes. That is one Dahaku.
Yeah.
So now.
Oh, and the Chun does get dropped.
It's paused for that long. You have to take it.
But
so do you just take the do you just toss the Haku now?
607 so? Just full commit on pairing up the Haku.
We do go. Okay.
And they didn't get the full commit because if they draw the Haku now, they won't be Tenpai for Daisangen. So I'm a bit ashamed. Settling only for a Show Sangen.
Just Show Sangen. But yeah, now everyone will know what's up.
I think the pause also gave quite a lot away.
Yeah. So that's what I sort of feel like when you're in that position and it comes out, you're like, do I take it? Do I not take it? But when you pause for that long, you just have to take it. At that point, the jig's up. Everybody knows what's going on. So we'll have to see. So Cream is in last. Tile Dreaming isn't desperate for points, but no one wants to come last.
But like you're dealing with the 32k, you actually might just drop out of the top 8.
Yeah, it's you'd have to expect that Cream would be very cognizant of the fact that taking a direct hit Yakuman here, or even a do we have POW?
Yes. We do have POW.
Yeah. So even POW is 16k, at best. It's not something you want to really give away.
I think they're not going to give it away. Meanwhile, no. Nikuman did manage to chi the 1-2-3. Now Tenpai for Itsu only on the Penchan 7-man.
Penchan 7-man, which is one left in the wall. Cream should be safe. And Bapanard is... Yeah. I can't imagine that 7 ever leaving that hand. Where are all the Haku?
Oh, Ishan 10 for Krim. Will he be tempted? No.
It's just... and there's River tempted by Khans. No Khans here.
No.
But is tempted by the south.
Is Tenpai on the 3-man 5-so Champon. 1 of each left. Well,
there's one.
That's 3-man. Can switch to a... Oh, no, it'd be 3-10. They probably won't. Oh, and Nikuman breaking apart his Tenpai does not want to throw the 3-6 so.
Sozo are not cheap on this board.
Oh, and now there is Daisangen back in the table for Bapanada. Still 2 Hakus left. Oh!
So now the 7-so should come.
Yeah.
It does.
I was like, well, you can take the Shosangen Tenpai, but I mean, if you were dropping whatever you did this whole Hanchan, you're definitely taking the Daisangen Tenpai.
You're taking this all the way. The Cream can take Tenpai here, waiting on the Haku. Unfortunately, you'd always get head bumped unless you draw it.
Oh my god, how sad would that be? Oh, it does pick up Ipeko now. How sad would it be if your Daisangen Tenpai and someone just like simmers the last Haku?
Yeah. 1 draw left for Bapanada.
None left for Krem. So
It
Couldn't
has to
live
be
that
right
dream.
here. Stop
Could have
doing
hightailed the
so.
Joseon again.
You have to throw the 6-0 to save it. He
Oh, and he
does.
does. That's good for Bapanada at least.
Yeah. No, I don't. I have never been able to commentate a Yakuman. This was terrible.
Honestly, I feel like Krim sumoing like the Hakutanki would have been way more funny than,
That would have been.
than
That
the
would have been.
Dice again.
Oh,
We couldn't have either of them. So sad.
especially after after Buff and I managed to find over Haku. Okay,
Yeah.
so South 4. So yeah, Nikiman here with a 29k lead.
Yeah, a really nice Ishanten here.
Yeah, poised to just put an end to the Hanchan on the dot. Which would leave Bapanada in third with Urasan, which isn't great because they are in ninth. So, how likely is it for Bapanada to win this hand? It's getting a little bit better.
Nikimon switching to the 9-man Tanki. Pair of 9-mans in Krim's hand at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, 1-4 pin.
Chooses
Oh,
not
that's
to.
Tempai for Bapanada really quickly.
Yeah.
Does
So
take the
you
Riichi.
this on the Kanchan 8 pin, which is all left in the wall.
Mm.
Yep. Gotta go. Earlier the better here for Bapanada. So yeah, Nikiman does take a
Yeah.
part.
Nikimon
Not
just
entirely, but yeah, just straightforward, yeah.
Yeah. But they don't have any more save tiles, so. Well, they do draw one.
They draw one.
Probably just a 7-2 for Krim, but still pushing his hand a bit.
Nine man. So what we do here now as Karim.
Technically Ishanten, but not in Ishanten you really won against the dealer Riichi.
Yeah, you can throw another 7-man here. A 7-so rather. 3-so from Ezreva was pushed against the Riichi. No.
He made again Butsu on 10-6, yeah. Another Ishanten offered to Krim, but yeah, just folding. 2 Dora for Ezreva. Actually, Ishan, no, not Ishanten.
Not quite.
Can pawn the west if it comes out, but I can't imagine it coming out outside of Bapanada drawing it.
Yeah, Nikiman's definitely proven themselves to be playing this Hanchan fairly defensively. So I imagine won't be trusting a no-cut Dora on a tile.
No safe tiles for Krim, so he goes with the 9-pin, which makes a 6-pin Nakasuji now.
Ezreva also cut the no-cut Haku.
So he's 1 chance 2-pin. So since the Riichi, Ezreva has drawn 1 of the 8 pins, there's still 3 8-pins in the wall.
Yeah. It's still looking, I mean, decent chances here for Bapanada, but needs to find them. The players are definitely respecting the Riichi. No one wants to be the one to deal in and continue the dealership. That's the second one. But now, if we have safe tiles. 7-pin, we have 7-pin, we have 5-man.
Again, Ishan 10 for Krim.
Yep.
4-man was not safe.
4-man was definitely not safe, and it does allow a 1-man to be pushed here for Ezreva. 8-man was Suji. Ishchi. The 4-so is Nakasuji.
I believe they cheat to stop Papanana getting high tay. Yep,
We saw 3 of the 8 pins.
goes to Rikoku.
Rikoku. And 3,000 for Bapanada definitely does help. Now, less than 9,000 behind second. And this hand again is pretty good. We have Dora, we have pretty Tanya looking shapes. Maybe if you draw right. Definitely pin through. I'd love to see this hand go pin through. Ezreva's hand as well has a lot of Pinzu tiles.
Yeah. But also has a Manzu Roundman with the Dora weight as well.
Yeah, Ezreva 12,400 behind Nikuman. Ezreva obviously for Order to Sparrow in 6th, needing some points to, again, help secure the top 8.
Yep, second with 31,000 isn't too bad.
No, second with 31,000 is fine. You'd love to get that first, though. Has been a very interesting Hanchan with Nikiman just getting that East 1 Baiman and just sort of playing very, very defensively.
Yeah. Really, his score hasn't changed much outside of like Ryukyoku payments. Nishan 10 for Bapanada.
Players taking their times with these discards for sure.
Another Pinzu for Ezreva. Probably will just keep cutting Yaku. Yeah.
Yep, does so. Just the south remaining.
Ooh, nice upgrade for Bapanada.
Yep, great find for Bapanada.
6-man is the best draw for Tenpai. Oh, another upgrade.
Yep, now you can cut that 1-man, which was reliant on finding a 2-man probably. Or yeah, as you said, pairing up the 6-man or the 3-man.
Oh my god, there we have it. Tenpai on the 4-7 pin. Will they Riichi? Currently Pinfu door 3. Does Riichi. 4-7 pin is 3 7 pins in the wall.
Yep, and 0 4 pins. So, well, no Ipeiko unless it's dealt to them. Can't imagine it coming from Nikuman based on plays so far. Like if they do draw a 7-pin.
May come out from Krim if he decides to push the hand.
If he decides to push the hand, but does this not a lot of value right now?
One of the 7 pins drawn from Ezreva.
Yeah, and they can make use of it. It'll fit into a Ryanman or even just a.
They're probably going to end up folding.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Another 7 pin.
Even though I feel like this hand looks like it's something you want to try and cash in, but it actually doesn't really have a lot of value at all.
Nah. And like Hanchans galore.
Yeah, so Yeah, as you said, imagine we're just going to see a fold here from Ezreava and Cream. Yeah, Nikiman doesn't seem like the type to try and push something. Ezreava might end up aiming for Tenpai though, at the very least. Just to try and keep pace with first. And Cream is also now Ishan 10.
Also
But-
is Suji.
Yeah. Should be safe enough.
Oh, but that 361 Suji is
Very bad.
not safe.
So we do see the 5-pin. You just went very
Ooh,
quiet, by the way.
Ezreava.
Sorry, I moved my.
Yeah.
Will
sorry.
Ezreava Tenpai? Oh, he does. And oh, okay, going for the Moashi. Still trying to get Tenpai without dealing in.
That is the goal.
West is one cut.
One cut, yeah. One cut before Riichi, but does get through
No Tenpai for
the
Ezreava.
Tenpai, so we just play it safe. Yep, 9-1 was Genbutsu. So another Rikyoku for only Bapanada, another 3,000 points. We'll go again. 4 Honba, 2 sticks in the middle. Two Dora in the starting hand for Bapanada. But a little bit tricky to get to a quick tempo. Can't really Tanyao, can't really Honetsu.
This is our pawn from Nikuman. Still quite a bit away from completing the hander.
But Ezreava, a little less away from completing the hand. Cream working through terminals and honors here.
It shouldn't pair for Krim. We'll see if they decide to pawn it if it comes out. Oh, chucking the 4-pin. Are they eyeing some sort of Show Sangen, Dai Sangen?
You have to dream, I suppose.
Yeah,
You
definitely much harder compared to Babanada's attempt.
Yeah. Well, Papanada starting, well, there goes the Haku now. But yeah, starting with 2 pairs and a loose third definitely makes it a lot more achievable compared to 1 of each, which is what Cream had.
Now, better Ishan 10.
Yep. Hatsu does come out. 8-man for Nikiman's great find. So, what would they choose to cut the Penchan here? No, they do cut the Haku. Okay. It was obviously all gone, so there's no chance to use it. But yeah, just based on how they've been playing up until now, might thought they might keep it as a pair. Bapanada now here might be trying to figure out if they want to aim for a Sanshoku. But ultimately does decide to throw the one so.
And Nikuman still looking for a pair.
Yeah. Imagine they were probably hoping to try and keep the Haku for their pair, and then they all just sort of came out. So now you're, yeah, as you said, looking for something else to use, and
That is Tenpai. Decided not to take it.
have the games all gone long, or will you need to leave in a minute?
Well, we have to wait for this game to finish anyways. So, to
Oh,
look the
yeah,
scores.
Just because of the delay, I don't know where we're at. So I keep the Discord away so I can't see results.
So everyone just stuck in limbo at the moment.
Yeah, I get people are probably a bit worried about Nikiman. No one really wants the Hanchan to end. Cream wants to bring back some points. Ezreal wants to catch first, and obviously Bapanada is just trying to make the game go on as long as they can. That 6 months great. You can now try and get a double-ended Tunky weight. I have no idea what the actual term for that is, by the way.
Nobitan.
Nobitan. Yeah, I didn't know what that was. So everyone, I feel like there's a little bit of caution right now.
Oh, Krim chucking away the chins instead of keeping Ishanten with like the 3-4-5 Sanshoku. Oh, and it backfired as the chin got discarded from
Immediately.
Papanada.
Yeah. Bapanada probably would have tossed it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's a bit unfortunate to see. Alright, Nikima now with a pair can now accept quite a few tiles to find Tenpai. Bapanada finally
Ishanten.
Ishanten with the sand.
And Ishanten for Ezreal as well.
Yes. Everybody Ishanten almost.
And Ishanten again for Krim. With the 3-4, does not want to take it.
Does not want to take it. Yeah, very.
I wonder what he's afraid of.
Maybe. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out. Maybe they're trying to find the home run hand, so they try not to end it.
Not sure how much better you can get than Tanpin, Sanshoku, Ipe Kodor 2.
Off it again on at least the chance to move it to Ishanten.
Is no one tempying?
No one will be Tenpai. This will be the end of the Hanchan. Unless, even Cream takes Tenpai here. Which they do not. So this will be the end of the Hanchan.
Did not notice that no one posted the end of this game.
Yeah. Ends us with Nikuman in first for the Crimson Wanderers. Esreva in second for Order of the Sparrow. Bapanada in third for Urasan Babetta, and Cream in fourth for Tile Dreaming. Oh yeah, no one posted any of the games because everyone was waiting, right?
Yeah, well, we got a response from 2 of the tables
Yeah.
that they finished, and like no one said anything at the end of this game.
Yeah. Maybe there's a little bit of misunderstanding. Maybe they were thinking because the stream was going. I don't know. But. Oh, yeah. Maybe just waiting for a ping. Who knows? But, so, yeah, I guess we'll be taking a 5-minute break here shortly. And, yeah, we will be taking a break for sure. As soon as we get the results in Discord.
And I will be off.
Yeah, you'll be off.
Decide which game to watch.
Yeah.
Probably won't end up being my game.
Yeah, we don't know.
No, it won't.
No, it won't. Definitely not. The other games are just a little bit more interesting. So, the first game we have here on the first table, Wheelor took a first for Junkin Sumo, second for Tanya Sensation, a third for Junkin Ron, and a fourth for Itsu Anko. So that will spell an end to Itsu Anko's aspirations for top 8. Junkin Sumo with a much needed first, so they wanted to stay in the potential for reaching top 8. And that will definitely spell an end for Junkin Ron. That was their last game. They needed a very big win to try and make it. So, well played to Itsu Anko and Junkin Ron.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm not gonna get like plus 100 and whatever I need?
Look, I believe in your ability to get plus 100. Just whether you can do it on a single game, it's tough. definitely doable though. But yeah, so we've got one game through. We're just waiting on the other tables here. Yeah, so 5 minutes will be allotted to everybody so they can have a look at the scores, figure out what they need to aim for. And obviously just to, get up, stretch your legs, grab a drink. I have the wrong scene on, don't I? I definitely do. Okay. Rune says, good luck out there, Cheese. Get 150k.
Cheers, Rune.
What you'd need, what, 100k? More? 100K?
I don't know. I think I need more than 110,000.
Yeah. You need like 160, 170, probably.
All in a day's work.
Yeah, just never stop your dealership. Who was it? Typhon that had that disconnected game.
I don't
Ran
remember.
up to 8-9 Honda. We got the second games in. Got both of them in. Alrighty. So we had our game, obviously, which was the second table here. Nikiman with the first, Barpanada with the third, Ezra with the second, Cream with the fourth. So helps Crimson Wanderers, hurts Urasan, but better. Order of Sparrow should stay more or less the same. Cream and Tar Dreaming will drop down a little bit. And lastly, no, we had a final screen. Yeah, so we had Sparrow in first for, surprisingly not Order of Sparrow, but for Binfu Pals. Fear of Nabaruch in second, Ichibuchi Fingers in third, and FA Agents in fourth. So, overall, that shouldn't have really moved anything around because the Pinfu Pals were in last. Third and Double Reach were in fourth. FA Agents in second last, and Ichibuchi Fingers in first. So, everything should have stayed the same. And now with the updated scores here, we can see as things stand. I'm just going to quickly refresh this because this gives us the updated spreadsheet, I believe.
I think you might end up watching the first table even though it has first and last on it. You got 8th and 9th.
Yeah, it would be, I think, the most interesting for sure. So yeah, we will watch first table here. So Junkan Simu Ichibuchi Fingers, FA Agents, and Oishikanare. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break. And then we'll be back at roughly around 13 past the hour. 12 past the hour. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us, Cheese.
Yep. I'll see you on the other side.
Good luck.
Good night,
Have fun.
everyone.
Hey, Veggie. Yes, I do.
now we're actually back with the microphone on. There we go. All right. So with me to commentate this last game, we have Jaffa.
Hello, I'm the new cheese.
You're the new cheese. Nice. So yeah, we're hoping that cheese goes on about a 180k point victory for Itsu Hanko. But we will be watching.
Maybe
instead.
not if you're on the other teams.
Yeah, the other teams are definitely not looking for that, especially Champagne, and all of the Sparrow. But yeah, we'll be watching Junkan and Oishikanare fight here for the remaining spots here. They are 8th and 9th place respectively. So let me just go ahead and bring up the lobby. Let me mute the music.
I think last time I looked at the score, they're like 20 points apart
The
between 8th and 9th.
yeah, it's been tight pretty much the whole way through.
Yeah, so that is literally just one placement, plus or minus a few points, which you'd expect because you place ahead of someone. So the battle between I think Nosti and Warlord will be purely for placement at this moment. So they'll do whatever they can to knock the other one down or to put themselves ahead of the other, and it's almost as if the other two players on the table are completely irrelevant to them. They can win or lose as much as they like.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just gonna be a battle between Warlord here and Arm your, not Arm your, sorry, Nosti.
Isn't it Nosti?
Yeah, Nosti.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Five Dons.
I'm pretty sure Nosti was a Hoa at one point.
Nosti was definitely her.
His the story of ranked is humble and climb and humble. So Unwise Owl from Riichi figures, they're almost certainly a very safe top 8.
Oh yeah.
So they will just be playing for points. The points matter. They'll just keep doing that. ARMA is they're from F Agents, which unfortunately are 14th, and they'll need a 500k first to be in contention, which is not very reasonable. But so they'll be just playing for pride at the moment.
That's it. Yeah, like even in this final game, you got pretty much no shot. Still come out, do your best, show off a good performance.
Yeah.
Aim for a Yakumans, have fun.
Yeah, pump up those stats, you know.
I mean, we nearly saw a Daisang in last game, you know, like.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Things go funny when I watch games or play games.
Yeah. I haven't had a 100k game since you were here last.
Yeah, well, this is why I get brought on to commentate the last game. This is where stuff like this happens.
Yeah, this is where the rules stop applying and
hand values just get doubled.
Yes.
I think so. Urasan, but better, and Tile Dreaming are the other sort of two contenders. That being said, I think the other alternative for like some of the 9th or 10th place teams to get in is if any of like say from 4 to 8 like take really big losses. That could also put them below say like -10. Like if you take if you end on say 0 points, I think that's minus 55. No.
Yeah, it's like minus
55 or
40
something?
or 55 or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, Tile Dreaming at the start of tonight, they were on like 100 points.
Yeah. So any of those other teams, which we won't be watching in this game, but if any of them will take like, as long as they don't take a 4th, they'll probably be okay. It's really tough because like all the scores are so close, right? Like last time I was here, we saw a 100 point game, and if Urasan but better gets that puts them into almost like 4th.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Definitely would be enough to get into to top 8.
It's not settled by any stretch of the means. They've got 3 games going now, and other results can go your way. The teams would have had to look at that and be aware of what they need to do. So
Oh,
let's get started.
game started. Warlord start like Pon pair and 2 Dora. That's like a free Mungun essentially.
Yeah, a deal among them would be the exact kind of start you're looking for here for Real Lord. Across the table, ARMA also has a very nice hand. A lot of good Pinzu shapes. We've got Nakadora thrown in there. Really, the big question mark is on the Kanchan and the Manzu.
Yeah, it's Nosti's hand is really tough. I was gonna say it was like almost Kokushi like worthy, but the early honor cuts probably mean he's not interested in that.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's good
there
with
is like a
Chanto or Sanshoku.
Chanta Sanshoku, I think, especially with like helps use that Dora. Means that we probably won't see that 7-man come out from Nosti anytime soon.
No.
But there's like a chance for Warlord to just say pond the West and cut the 8-man.
Yeah, West are mochi for now, but I mean that can change.
Yeah. So Nosti had a chance to call for the open Sanshoku. Decides not to because it will mean they have to lose a lot of the like actual good shapes. So like the 2-3-4 man, the 4-5 so, but they do draw this in 7-man.
They draw it. Yeah, cutting the 4-5 so or the West pair, it's not ideal. Like if you had some really bad shapes, and it's a bit more acceptable, I think. But it really slow down the hand.
Yeah, and it was like interesting to see whether he would force the Sanshoku or to keep the 4-5 so Rhiannon, but I have to keep it.
Yeah.
Choices for Warlord. What they take the better Ishan-10. They see. I guess they see like Tenpai.
Tenpai now on the 7-man. One left in the wall.
One left in the wall. Won't come out of Nosti or Unwise Owl's hand unless they pair up another one. Tenpai for Nosti. Catching up, waiting on 7-10, 3 in the wall.
3 in the wall for Riichi Dora 1.
Warlord can take a quote-unquote weight upgrade. Oh, but doing so they managed to avoid drawing the 7-pin.
Yeah, 7-pin would have spelled death. And even now...
It will feel like a backfire because they just drew like the 7-man, but it actually saved them.
Yeah, 100% saved.
Never mind.
Nosti, Sumo the 7-pin, but the 6-mans were dead. The Wests were dead.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too good for Warlord.
No. I think they were... Yeah, and it's not... With, like, that 7-man draw, like, you can't even really take the Rhiannon upgrade. But I think Warlord will be, like, kicking themselves, but they actually just avoided dealing into the Apatsu. But they'll never know unless they watch this replay.
Yeah, so no, it's worked out well because avoided dealing into your direct rival for the Sanjan. I mean, Nosti still managed to pick up a Mungan with that win, but
yeah.
Was it a Mungan? No,
it is a Mungan. Yeah, it was like 8K. 8.
It's Riichi Sumo Dora 2. I assume I missed the Ura, but I had one in the hand. One
it
Ura?
was an 8K hand. Yeah.
Yes, but. Moving forward, Unwise Owl with their first dealership. Ichiruchi thing is nothing to really play for in the Sanchan, but starting off with a Chun pair does call, has pretty good shapes, just needs to get rid of his Manzu tiles and will be very close to Tenpai already. There we go. Nosti managed to pick up a 7-pin, which filled in the Kanchan that they had in that hand, which has really helped speed that one up as well. One extra East Dora in 3 people's hands, including Nosti's. Someone will have to cut it eventually.
Yeah, Unwise Owl keeping the safe hut too, but does give up a lot of the Ukiera around the Manzu. Warlord going for Kokushi.
Yeah, just straight up going for Kokushi.
Okay, switch to Cheetoy, I guess.
Cheetoy
maybe like
got.
Yeah, maybe with that Chun Pon, they're like, okay, Kokushi's pretty far. still,
It was a nice try.
tried for a bit. Now their hand is kind of like all messed up.
It's a bit awkward. We've got 3 pairs, so we can consider cheat toy. We've just picked up an anchor with the 1 pins. You know, it can help.
Yeah,
It's not over. But,
all those like middle pins there. It could be that Warlord is like sees the dealer call twice, cutting like safe tiles and stuff, and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna fold this. I can't beat the dealer in terms of speed. Tenpai for Unwise Owl. Waiting on 3-6 pin. 0-6 pins left. 2-3 pins left.
Yes. And I was going to say, like, it does sort of give the chance for Warlord to make something of the hand, but now you've given up all the speed, and the dealer's Tenpai. Nosty's still Ishanten. It's not looking great, but you know, we're picking up.
Sananko Ishanten.
Yeah, Sananko Ishanten, Suanko Tushanten.
They did cut the 3 so early, but and the 4 so early, so I don't think it will be.
It's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, it probably won't be a Suanko unless they got that whole shape.
Yep.
But they don't like Pinsu just looks so bad against like the dealer at the moment. Like, so I think that's why they're cutting the 9 so's.
You've got options. You can even just give up entirely and
Empire for Nosti. Oh, but
and does catch Warlord.
so what happened was Nosti just got into like Tenpai for the 6-9, so in between Warlord's pair cut and decides to dumber, just pin through Nomi. Riichi only really increases the hand value by like 1k, assuming you don't get anything else. But
it's 1k, and you've got the dealer with just overcalls and
plays
it safe and gets rewarded with the pin through only.
Yeah,
moves the dealership on.
Does hit their rival, but like 1k is really not that much.
Not much in the grand scheme of things, no.
No, you could probably expect to like have a bigger swing if you somehow took it to Ryukoku.
Yeah. So this end, Nosty's woken up with a pair of the East, which he gets to pawn. He's got 2 Dora. But Unware's Owl very quickly moving towards Tenpai here. Not if Nosty gets to pawn and call everything. And speaking of Tenpais, now Warlord is Ishanten.
Yes, Ishanten, but they have too many shapes. Got to decide which one to cut.
Too many shapes, yeah.
They cut the 2 pin to sort of keep the Sashaku chance up. So if they get the 3-man, it's like a 3-4-5 Sashaku confirmed. If they draw the 6-man, then they just use Dora, which is totally fine. They had the choice to
It's Tenpai, yeah, but it's not a great Tenpai.
What is that? What's that?
It's 1-3-6.
1-3-6. So yeah.
That's actually better than I thought it was, but yeah. And also now Tenpai for Nosty on the 7 pin, which is
2 left.
2 left. And the 1-3-6 is
1 so left. 0-3 so's left. But there were a few 6 so's left which get drawn.
Yeah. Riichi Sumo, Aka, no Ura. But again, it moves the dealership on, and we're already straight into East 4 for Nosty with a Honitsu hand.
Yeah, Nosty is probably okay with this, right? As long as they place above Warlord, they've got a good shot of staying in the top 8, assuming who was the other rival? Urisan, but better doesn't get like a massive first.
Oishikanare in 3rd on 10.4 points. So that is the cutoff. Junkin Sumo with Warlord here in 9th with 13.4. So you just need to place above Warlord, as you've been saying.
Yeah.
And then Urisan, but better in a 10th, but it's quite distant. It's about 50 points back. So you need to win, obviously. Well, you need to place above Warlord.
Yep.
But you also need to hope that Urisan doesn't get like either a super big second or any somewhat decent first.
There's no, I think, what's like a 60-point swing between the two.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So this was going to be Honitsu, but no longer.
Nah, Ishanten for Nosti. A bit of
Yeah.
a funny Ishanten. I think, did they pass the Chun, or did that just get paired up after the...
They passed the Chun, I
Okay.
think.
So I think it must have been their pair, and they didn't want to kind of go headless. It's
Yeah.
instead Unwise Owl going to force the Honitsu.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of this play over the course of tonight with some players just holding on to honor tiles to maybe slow down the other players, and it's sort of been rewarded here for Maizao, who's managed to back into Honitsu.
Yeah, I think if your hand lacks value, it's always like an easy, safe path.
But we will see now the loose honors come out, I think.
Yeah,
So we just seen the Hatsu.
can't keep him forever.
No.
Somewhat Oh, so Ruba Armor
Armyor, yeah, Tempai.
did get Tenpai for Chitoi, just Chitoi Nomi, so they're dummering, waiting on the one man, which is two left.
Two left, yeah, and you've also got Unwise Owl, which appears to be going for a Manzu Honitsu.
Yeah.
So you might catch someone out. You might catch Unwise Owl out, throwing a one-man with overflow, for example.
Tenpai for Nosti on the 258, so if I assume they take it.
Yep.
8 so one left. Ruba has I had all the 2/5 those, but they also
Yeah.
Sumo for the Chitoi Sumo. Straight into South 1.
South one. So Wheelord waking up with a decent hand here, but South's are mochi mochi.
Yeah, I was gonna say like super fast hands, but when South's are mochi mochi.
It's not so straightforward.
No. There is a good chance. Okay, how greedy do they be?
We think about it.
They're
We
thinking
think
about
about it.
Shosangen. Okay, Unwise Owl going out to Zuke, or possibly backing into a Honitsu like last time.
Yep. Yeah, and this is what I was maybe wondering if Wheelord would do. Do you open with the north and hope to find the south?
Yeah,
and
so they're kind of depending on what Unwise Owl does. It's all right. So I think that north is really interesting because north was kind of your pair, right? And so if you pawn it, you don't have a pair because you have to pawn the south. I think this is like almost like a hard Yakuman push.
well, you know.
Which
There's one east.
is it? Is no, there's two east. Okay, they have a little bit of time to pair up the east.
They need to pair it up and hope. Nah, it's over.
No, not necessarily. All right, there's a chance that Unwise Owl for whatever reason cuts south.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, otherwise, Weirlord can just back into that Honitsu.
That is true. They have managed to find the Honitsu now, so it isn't over.
It will just be Honitsu Nomi if they take a Tenpai. Because of course they can't.
If they pick up a 9-pin, it will be also Chanta. If they find another 9-pin on top of that.
it wouldn't. No, well,
which is dead, actually, so that's not
they
gonna
need
happen.
a bit more than just a 9-pin.
Yeah. But no, you're right. It will end up just being Honitsu only because... Yeah.
I mean, the most direct chance they get is if they get on or pon the south, in which case it's probably not going to be Chanta. It's going to be
It's going to be,
Sushi.
Show Sushi. There will be no Dai Sushis in this hand.
Alright,
That's for
Tenpai
certain.
for Ruma, but no Yaku. Alright, Tenpai for Weirlord. Finally decides, okay. Take Tenpai. Waiting on
Give up.
15.
Unwise Owl's Honitsu is pretty much stalled as well. Tuso comes out, which apparently will deal into somebody, but I guess they weren't Tenpai. It was
no Yaku.
Aramyor.
Yeah, no
Sorry,
Yaku.
yeah.
Doesn't want to...
And all the
And they
Tusos
all
has come out.
out.
You hate to see that. You really do.
I mean, yeah, I think you just because you want to be able to like fold if you draw any pins here, right?
yeah.
So
sure.
that's probably like now, like okay.
No, this
Ooh, but they
hard
just
throw
keep
to 5
they
pin.
want to keep tempi, I guess.
The
K10
5 pin
points.
was the K10 points. The 5 pin was thrown not that long ago. Wheelord fishing for
I
the
guess if you keep
sumo.
track of Tadashi Sumagiri, but I feel like
Probably not.
I feel like Warlord cut that ton after, but I can't keep track. All right, decides to take this Haku Wanso Shabo.
One
think-
so's are both live.
in the wall, and it puts sumos. So their patience pays off in the end. That sends him into first. And Warlord is in fourth without their dealership. This will be very tough for them.
Yeah.
Their condition is to place above Nosti, but I think because Urasan but better isn't super far behind, like still ending on a negative score is still a bit dicey.
Yes.
But they have 3 rounds to kind of get 14,000 points on Nosti. They don't have to do it all in one round, but at least like you're kind of looking at sort of 3-Han, 4-Han hands at this point.
Yeah. Like it's not definitely not over for Warlord. And based on how we've seen today go, and this week in general, we've seen a lot of wild point swings. However, I would like to point out Nosti still at this point over 9 games boasts the lowest deal-in rate in the league at 2.94%. So we'll have to be done by other hits or by sumos.
I don't think you really expect to like just in general like get direct hits unless you like absolutely have to. I think so you kind of expect to just chip away at them with sumos. Tenpai for Warlord. Taking the Shabo for Riichi Dora. If they hit Uro and Sumo, that will be massive. There are 3 tiles left in the wall.
Yes, 3 tiles left, so the odds are not terrible at this stage to find a sumo.
Yeah, all the other players kind of washing around, except for Ruma, who I guess has no safe tiles and just decides to send things.
Yeah, and I mean you've got nothing to really defend. You've got nothing to lose. Yeah, that's
nothing to
lose,
lose, nothing to defend. Oh, Unwise now gets it to Tenpai and the Sunbenchan.
158. No, 147.
147. He puts sumos.
He puts sumo.
Riichi pin through. Riichi puts sumo pin through. Tanya Dora, massive.
No,
they don't need more points, but they'll take them.
Yeah, Unwise Owl now with a strong first place, 15,000 ahead, 16,000 ahead of second for now.
Yeah, so
with the dealership, can continue going. This has really hurt Warlord as well, down now to 7,000 points.
Like they can't even if they place above Nossi, they can't afford to lose. Like take a bad third. It's not enough for Nossi to go down. They also have to not take too many hits as well.
Yeah, as you've been pointing out, with Urasan Babetta hot in your heels, a fourth is the thing you want at least.
Oh, fourth is basically like you're just.
I mean, you're in ninth.
You're relying. If you get a fourth, you're relying on any of like the teams above you to get even
bigger,
even worse fourth, which is a bit. I mean, you can dream, but it's tough. I don't think you should rely on that.
It's very tough. Yeah.
Ruma, Udora, good shapes. Nosti also.
Yeah.
Ishan 10.
He's managed to work into this hand to a Tanyao. Discarding the 9-man pairs, changing it for a pair of 6-pin pairs. Warlord as well.
Also progressing, not quite Ishan 10, but could be like a Mentan pin.
Otherwise, Owl with 4 pairs at the moment.
4 pairs.
Within a Peiko, so we can make something of it, but
yeah, Ishan 10 for just a regular hand as well.
Mm.
Ooh. Ishan 10 upgrade for Nosti takes it. If everyone's hand is like looking really strong, I think Room is kind of taking a step back to keep some safe tiles in their hands and get rid of like a bad shape.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
I
And Anwar Zhao just holding on to this 9-man.
think it's not particularly safe, and they can't use it for a cheap toy. Like, they could have swapped it for a Shah. Ooh. Wheeler draws the Akka IFO. It's a bit of a backfire. Nosti calls for Tenpai, waiting on 4th 7-pin. 4 pins are dead, 7-pin is the Dora.
Yeah, 1 left in the wall.
Oh, Tenpai for Wheelord, but if they could cut the 4-pin to take that 6-0 weight and deal into Nosti.
It's fairly likely.
Because
And it does happen.
because they surely like you don't take just the 7-so Tunky, and you can't take the 5-so Tunky because they're free 10, so it just everything worked to make them deal in that time. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Alright, so now South 3, Wheel Lord 20,000 behind Nasty at this stage.
Yeah, that's 2 Munguns essentially.
Yes.
So for them, I have to force either the Sanshaku in their hand or the Itsu. I kind of like Itsu's more than Sanshaku's. But...
Oh, yeah. That's because we're Sunma players.
yes, that's very true. Nosti waking up with a Chinitsu, I'd say. More than
I would love to see this hand be a Chinitsu for Nosti, especially because even though Nosti's above Junkin Sumo here, above Wheel Lord,
yeah,
this is still 3rd.
And
it's probably fine, but if everything goes great, if Urasan but better gets a really big win, and you take a 3rd and Junkin Sumo takes a 4th, there's a possibility that Oishinara here also drops out of the top 8.
Yeah. They can't take big losses. So against this dealer Riichi, I think they'll have to play around it. We'll see what happens. I assume they'll probably cut Chun at some point.
Yeah.
They're probably saving it just in case they unwise our chases, and then they have a safe tile against both players. Because the 2 Mans are Gimbutsu and not Dofin to their hand. Interesting to see if he'll push the 9, so probably
Comes
not.
now.
Yeah, I was wondering like if he cuts like it's like I'll throw him back into Tenpai, but they won't be expensive if he cuts around the Pinzu. In any case, there's how many left on the wall? 4 left in the wall.
1, 2, 3, yes, 4 left in the wall for ARMA, so decent odds. Although they are getting scooped up by Nosti, that's 2 consecutive.
Taking him. He's out.
And yeah, Nosti has been to 6-pin the 9-pin here, as well as Unwise Owl through 7 Mans from the 8 Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like the 2-pin aren't leaving the hand, the 5-pin, the 3 Man, like these tiles which have live Sujis, sort of staying in the hands it seems. So
yeah,
we might see everyone fold this hand away, at least try to.
Okay, I was gonna say like this, like Wheel Lord could have kept Ishan 10. To get to Tenpai, they probably would have had to. Oh no. Wheel Lord is Ishan 10, but if they draw the 3-pin for Tenpai, or even if they just draw like a 2-so 5-so back, they could just deal in. I don't know if they would. It's interesting, like if they would keep Tenpai, cut Misiji.
Yeah.
Oh no!
They've gone for Tenpai.
Yeah.
Dealt in the 7, so there was only 1 left in the wall. Actually, there was 0 because the last one was that was the other Tenpai. But yeah, does deal in 3,000 straight to arm your So now we'll 23,000 back.
Yeah, it does. I don't. Is 2 Mungans enough? It might not be. You might need. Oh, actually, okay. So if you get 2 Mungan Sumos, that's 10k plus 12k on Nosti, 22k. So you need like a little bit more than 2 Mungan Sumos. So you either
Yeah.
need someone to throw in a Riichi stick, preferably Nosti. But Nosti knows like the kind of
Nasty is very heads up in these situations.
So he if he knows like a Riichi stick could be the difference, then he might just not.
Yeah, for sure.
So Warlord may have to start going for like Hanemans and might have chance. Riichi Sumo, Patsu, Dora Dora. If they hit Ura, obviously they missed the Patsu. If they hit Ura, that will be a Haneman. 2 Dora left in the wall. Nosti,
So
I think his I can't imagine anyone dealing in with the Dora here, if only because it fits into their hand.
I mean, yeah, I mean, even Nossi's doesn't fit into his hand right now, but Nossi's not the kind of player who's gonna. Oh, if the Dora passes, I might get to let's cash in my Chun Dora 1. You know, I have to imagine that Warlord will have to sumo this.
Yeah.
Which again, it should make Tamangan.
Oh,
Riichi Sumo Hakudora 1.
Warlord calls for Tenpai, waiting on the 1/4. So, but they have Fury 10. Can get out of Fury 10 if they want to got the 2 so. Which
And
they
that's-
do. Also with 1 left in the wall. They have a. Alright, it's not really a weight upgrade.
It's not really a way to. It looks like it, but it's not.
4. Alright, so that's 2 left in the wall. 1 5 so 1 4 pin. So 2 versus 2. I'm unsafe.
Yeah, I'm unsafe. This. There's no need to overthink this. Further than I'm on. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no-
like this. I like this fight from ARMA. You know, again, nothing to play for really. So just go out and
Yeah, keep your
Enjoy yourself.
dealership, right?
yeah, just run up the score.
Hatsu is 2 cut. Still 2 door in the wall.
Yeah,
10 tiles left to draw.
you're probably imagining they're all in people's hands at this point, but yeah, it is still quite live.
Alright.
There's one.
Hito Ishan 10. Ooh! Ruma draws the Dora.
Again, it feels really hard to think of someone throwing Dora here.
It's he's like thinking, is there a way to keep Tenpai while keeping it in my hand? But there is not. He has to cut it, and it deals in. It's unfortunately they hit
Dora
error
Haka.
2 for the Haneman.
Hane.
And that ooh. I wonder if you're meant to just pass that. Okay. Take
It's
the
tough,
Tenpai point.
yeah.
Take the Tenpai points.
All right, so we're exactly how much behind are we here from Nasty? We are
15k plus. Hanemon Sumo is enough. But only Hanemon Sumo or direct Mungan.
yeah. Meanwhile, with that deal in, Nasty does get to move up to second, which is important. It does make a difference.
Oh, actually. It makes it, yeah, that's massive for Nosti, but as long as he stays, he definitely cannot let Warlord catch up.
Yep, and Warlord spied the 678 Sanshoku here. Unfortunately, the Dora is going to be useless. It's a Hatsu.
Yeah,
Dora.
is that enough? Riichi Sumo Sanshoku Dora, you need to hit Ura.
You need to find Ura or hit Nasty direct.
Or if you get Pinfu, you draw the 7 pin and you just Riichi Sumo Pinfu Sanshoku Dora would be enough. So they need to draw the 7 pin and pass the 9 man sumo, which I guess they don't have to worry about since they're all gobbled up.
Nasty Ishanten here as well now.
Yeah, obviously letting Nosti Tenpai. No, sorry, not Tenpai. You can't let Nosti win.
Yeah, Nasty winning here would be pretty devastating to Wheel Lord's position. You can upgrade here, but you lose the Sanshoku. I don't think you can.
You cut the Forso.
Yeah.
Riichi Sumo pin. No, you need the Sanshoku.
You need the Sanshoku.
If you draw the 8-pin, you can cut the on, but then you really like relying on. You still need like a little bit more value. Is Shanten for Unwise Owl? That's Ishanten. Wide is Shanten as well.
Very wide. Nasty trying to figure out if he can use it. Okay, so
It's Tenpai.
you can guarantee the Sanshoku, but
You have
lose
to take the
Pinfu.
Sanshoku.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
He does. He has to sumo the 7-pin or gets it direct from Nosti.
But Riichi Patsumo Dora Sanshoku would be enough. There goes
Patsu's
there goes
broken.
Patsu. Yep.
There is one 7-pin left in the wall. I think Nosti has no. Out of safe tile. He doesn't really have any safe tiles. Oh, he has 5-pin. Sorry, he has like 5-pin, arguably.
5-pin, kind of.
Tenpai
Oh, yeah,
for
5-pin.
Unwise Out needs to cut 7-pin. Warrior Lord cannot take this, and he knows that, and so he passes, and he has to sumo now. Nosti can cut the 7-pin safely.
And does.
It does. One left
So
in the wall. But
Absolute
like Wheel Lord
drama.
also has to hit Ura to have enough.
And now Unwise Owl is also Tenpai.
Oh no!
There
That's
goes the last 7-pin.
That's it. That's it.
That's it for Wheel Lord. Now the only chance that Wheel Lord has, no one can win. Nosti has to find Tenpai.
Does Nosti have? No, Nosti doesn't have to. He gets second because Rumor is no tan at the moment.
Well, no, for Wheel Lord, if they want to continue in the Hanchan, yeah.
All right. If Nosti gets Tenpai, then it's like back. It's the same. It's like a Hanemon sumo condition.
Yeah. Yours also Tenpai now, and Unwise Owl broke up their
Nosti
Tenpai.
cannot hit Tenpai though. I think he does not have enough rolls left.
Yeah, you're correct. I think there's maybe a very specific set of draws like that.
Unless
one would be one of them.
Okay, he can just call a whole bunch, but I don't think he has any interest in doing so.
No, not Nasti's aware that if it goes to Rikoku here, he stays.
I think he does lose his second though, because Rumor managed to get into Tenpai. So it's like a 3k swing. So Rumor,
it is like 100 points, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, 1,100. Okay, so yeah.
But dealing into Wheel Lord is the condition, but it does mean Nosti is just reliant on
Urasan
not taking like a massive first, which again is probably what you hedge your bet in rather than like making a mistake and dealing into Wheel Lord, because that is like the worst thing you can do.
All right, give me a second. I will private message Unwise.
Otherwise, we can interview Nosti.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we normally would do the winner, so that's why I'm jabbing. Yeah, here he is.
Congratulations on your first. Not that you needed one.
Thank you.
I will. Can you pass the log? Yeah, if you don't mind.
Actually, no. Don't post them yet.
Yeah, no, post it to me direct.
Okay, hang on.
The game's still going. I think one other game finished.
Wrong one, hang on.
Yeah, it's alright. Post it to me direct.
Ursan but Better's game is finished. I don't know if one of their teammates was like spectating their game and like sending in Nosti. It's like Ursan isn't like 100k you can fold, which is not against the rules.
It's not against the rules, but they do have delay, so it's a bit tricky.
Yeah, there is a 5-minute delay, but it's not against the rules and strategic to do so. Yeah, congrats on Val.
Thank
To be-
I
to be honest,
I noticed. Sorry,
We
go
we
on, Gaffer.
didn't we weren't watching you so much.
Yeah, well, I
You're-
mean, that's not really that relevant. It was that big game between 8th and 9th, so I know.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, your post. You got it. Hold on.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. I just sent it to you. Was that right?
Oh
No.
yeah. No, I
you?
was the one. I'm the one streaming. Can you send that over to me? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I-
buddy.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I see it.
My
I'll
bad.
accept your
There
There
DM.
you go. There you go. Honestly,
Alright,
comedy
perfect.
of errors around here, really.
Yeah, no. I guess just to ask you, because again, we weren't already watching your game so much, but you did seem to play fairly standard. So you were just planning to go in. You weren't planning on like stepping aside and letting him battle out. You're like, well, no, I'm still here. I'm still here to play. We still have points to gain.
Oh no, I was not so much looking for points to gain for myself, although that would be nice. But I actually specifically went in attempting to dunk Nosti. The reason being that he took in a few points over the weekend, and so he was actually sitting first on the individual standings.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I wanted my buddy Aesthete to be on top of the list.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I think I might have dunked him enough. I think I might have just dunked him enough that I'll be under him, but Aesthete will be above him. But I'm not certain because I'm not great at maths.
No,
He
it's-
took like a -18, I think, because he came third.
Yeah, so I haven't done the maths enough to work out exactly.
you-
I was like, oh, it's all close, and it would be funny to dunk Nosti.
You gave, actually, I don't have an excuse. You gave me so -16.8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that situation with Raven being so low though meant that like, I knew that particular battle didn't look like it was going to be that dangerous. I did my best to deal into Raven in case he had something decent. Not that I was trying to sink myself or anything, but I thought if I could dunk Nosti as well, that would be just extremely unsportsmanlike, and I was totally up for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's perfectly fine. You're able to play that way if you so wish,
I
As you
think,
said, yeah.
Junk and Sumo is probably wish you hit them a bit harder.
Yeah, sorry about that. I tried. I mean,
You,
I threw that lovely 7-pin for them. Like, did what I could.
Oh yeah, did you happen to see? Did you have an inkling at the time?
No,
or did you happen
that
to see
was like the
afterwards?
worst thing, because then that let Nosti cut it. Not that he probably would have cut it
Yeah.
anyway, but
So I didn't know what he wanted, right? But I was like, he
course
might
not.
want this, like if on the
Yeah.
Apatsu as well, maybe it's enough.
No,
Yeah.
but then that's the opposite, because like they need the sumo. You gotta like make it hard.
Well, he doesn't particularly know that. Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
he's like,
well,
maybe
he
you
can do
need
the
this. Maybe
maths,
it's
though.
enough.
Unless he
yeah.
has like a Baimon.
To be honest, I figured that he wanted man tiles. So like, I mean, you try, but it was all a bit up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, in the end, yeah. So the 7-pin, he couldn't take it because it wasn't going to be enough. He passed it. Well, let's Nosti cut
and
his
then Nosti
extra
cuts it.
7-pin.
Oh,
Would it
that's
would it
savage.
Yeah.
have been enough if he needed Urasan, which I think is impossible with his hand?
Yeah,
Riichi,
off you
Sasha,
direct. Yeah,
No, actually, you need Urayon.
So,
Yeah, okay,
pretty much
that's rough.
unlikely.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
haven't done enough
so
that well.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but you still gave him the chance, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
well-
if it's enough and you can take it, here you go.
Exactly.
But
And I'm not complaining about taking a first. Like I had a couple of firsts
Oh,
the
no,
very
not of
first,
course.
the very start of the tournament, and I've done absolutely nothing since. So it's good to finish up on a good note.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, in the end, it was a pretty well played Hanchan by you. Again, we weren't focusing too much directly on your hands, but I mean, yeah, obviously, it was pretty good.
I mean, when you draw like that,
Sumo here.
when you
Yeah.
draw like that, like,
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
That's it's like, what can you say, right? It's just like, oh, sure.
yeah, I'll take that
Take it.
sumo, and like, why not?
Yeah, no, exactly. No, it was pretty. You made it interesting, at least. It wasn't just someone like there wasn't Nosti running away with the Hanchan and then having it be a foregone conclusion or anything like that. You were like, well, no, if you want to win,
Yeah,
I'm here. Don't forget about me.
and actually, it's a really quite a fun Hanchan to play. Like knowing that those guys are facing off and that like they really only care about each other and don't care about you too much is actually it's a fun game to sort of sit on the sidelines, but also know you can stand to profit by that extra knowledge. So that was fun.
Well, the most fun thing to do is to like Riichi, right? And then you go like, "Oh, what are you going to do now?" Like, obviously they want to win their hand, but they can't afford to deal into a big hand from you either. So it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly
Yeah.
right.
it's just
And I
fun
was
to
always
watch
sad not to be able to really
players.
bully it for a really huge score, but hey, such is life.
I mean, this is still pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not 70k or anything like that, but you don't. You're never too sad with like I don't remember. I think you stayed pretty much the whole time you were above 40k. Yeah.
I was like, once you got that.
But yeah, no. Well, congratulations. It was I mean, all things considered, it was a really well played, first 8 weeks for Riichi Fingers.
An
Oh, yeah, I
amazing
mean-
first 8 weeks. You ended like plus 700.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're pretty pleased. I don't think we were really expecting that going in. But yeah, we've had a ludicrously good tournament. I mean, you know, Riichi Fingers has been, I think we come second last every year we've played. So yeah, it's a big swing for our usual form.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at this before tonight. You just said the teams and everything like that. Yeah, I didn't realize you guys were only 3 players. First of all, I thought you were 4. And yeah, all 3 of you. Look, I mean, you're right up here, right at the top of individual standings before tonight. Before last yesterday's for second, 4th, and 8th.
Well, you want to know the funny thing? So we originally had 5 players, and then 3 days before the tournament was the teams were due to be locked in. We got a 6th player, so we had to split the team.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
So
now.
we actually rolled the dice and split the team completely randomly, right? So Aesthete, Unwise Owl, Unwise Owl and Frisky was one team, and the other team was Sparrow and Nikasa and
The pin tree bouts.
yeah, and the Pinfu Pals. I'm forgetting one of them there, and that's embarrassing. But yeah, so we had like the top team and the bottom
Havra.
team. Oh yeah, well Havra
Trayton.
was the extra one that joined. Yeah, that's right. And then Trayton joined
okay.
afterwards. So yeah, if you add those 2 teams together, that's probably where we really deserve to be. But hey, it's all good.
So still very good. You'd think you'd be third, but
A positive 100, yeah, he's definitely still up there. So great showing by you. You're South Australians, right?
Myself and Aesthete are Frisky's he's in New South Wales at the moment.
Sure, yeah, okay. But yeah, no, great season by you guys. You took off to a strong start, and you never let it go.
it'll help you in the next games to be sure. But you know, this
Absolutely.
is where like you use up all your flow, and the next bunch of games are terrible.
Hey, it could
I'm
happen, but
prepared for that.
hopefully at least this will coast us into the final. And like after the points are cut and all that, you know, that's if we go out in the top 4, we're okay with that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
All right. Thanks,
You know,
guys.
especially no worries. Yeah, well played. Have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for commentating a good season. Enjoy the finals.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Bye.
It's
Radio.
the other game's still going.
We can have a nook because it does seem to be that at least I think one more game is still going. At the very least, if I refresh
Cheese's
this.
game. No,
Yeah, Cheese's game is
I know.
still going. Maybe
He's
Cheese is
actually
running up the
racking
store.
up 150k points.
More than that, he needs so much points. But let's have a nooksy here. Let me throw the scene back over.
Okay, he's not doing that. Someone else is racking up crazy amounts of points.
Ezrever, who we saw in the last game for let me pull this up here for your sake. So we have Ezrever for Order of the Sparrow, Cheese for Itsu Anko, Jace for Shanpon, who's the Shimocha, and then Raika for Tanya Sensation,
Ooh, that's a
who is
big fourth for Xianpon.
yeah, that's not looking great for Shanpon.
They
for sure.
and this is South 4. What? Okay, so what is this now? So they're minus. It's minus 45 for the UMA, and minus 40. Okay, so it's like a minus 80 game. That would
Yeah,
put
that's
them
gonna
in
drop
sort
them
of
straight.
minus 40.
Yeah. That's gonna drop them straight into the top 8 on its own.
Yeah, that's minus 40, but Oshikanare also lost
Yeah.
minus. Okay, no, so Drunken Sumo
Lost
took
a
a
lot.
fourth, so they're probably like minus 70.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on what Urasan got.
Yeah, it
If
does.
Urasan took a first, they will overtake Xiampon with the score.
Yep.
Sitting in.
They'll overtake Champon, and that should keep Oishkanari in barely.
Well, they will probably also overtake Oshikanare, so it depends
Well, they'll,
on.
they'll take, yeah, but with Champon taking the heavy fourth, Oishkanari will gain a spot and then lose a spot to Urusamba better if they did win.
Depends, because Oshikanare lost 16. Xiampon's around. Okay, yeah, so they need to
Champon's on
gain.
47.
They would need to gain back some points.
Yeah.
Assuming Urasan got a first, which I don't know.
We don't know what Urasan did. This is
Don't
just
know what
assuming that
Urasan did.
Urasan won.
So yeah, it's we're not sure if Jasa is in, like Champon is in or not.
It's very dependent.
He's definitely doesn't have enough points.
No. Itsuanko were pretty much guaranteed to be out after Riichi took a heavy fourth in the last game, unfortunately. They pretty much did it to win 2 games, and they lost one of them, so... It's pretty GG. This one seems to be going to Rukoku, though, so Ezreva, Cheese, both Tenpai. Ezreva not done for Order of the Sparrow.
Yeah.
Again, like, it might seem like some sort of BM to be running up the score when you're already guaranteed to make top 8, but these points carry forward,
No, yeah,
you know.
there's definitely like no excuse to just not win more points if you can. They probably will not have another Renchan this kind of high pie unless they draw like a god.
Yep. So yeah, Ezreva in the last game took a second for Order of the Sparrow, so this should, I mean, yeah, this will definitely guarantee their solidified top 8 position.
Yeah.
With this strong of a first, we're looking at positive, what, 130?
I think it's a
What is it?
bit over 100.
100. Oh, I forgot about the Duma.
I think it's around 100 points. So it's like plus, plus 55, plus 45.
Yes. So good final week for Order of the Sparrow. They were always sort of sitting in that mid top 8 position. Okay, looks like the games are all finished here. So I will just have this play out in the background, but I will let us know the scores here since, I mean, these positions are pretty set. Let's be honest.
Well,
Cheese could ever take second.
well, for this game,
hand-
sure, yeah. Like, I think like
Yeah, for this game, yeah.
let the gremlins do the maths in the background, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll let us know exactly what happened. It's all important to see what happened in the Urasan game at this stage. We know that Anwazal won a first, and that Waylord took a fourth. We know that Ezrez is going to win this game, almost definitely. In the other game, so I have the score up here. Urasan got first.
First,
Oh, yeah, and Crimson Wanderers with a second, Tile Dreaming with a third, and Furitan Double Reach with a fourth. Furitan Double Reach should still be safe, so that doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Tile Dreaming with a third should be enough to keep them in. They did lose a bunch of points, but based on how other results have gone,
Yeah, like I think the cutoff for 8th will be probably around like minus 10. Is my rough estimate.
so I'm going to bring the scores back up, because they all are up to date, and we get the final standings here.
Ooh, it happened.
Yeah,
It happened.
So after all the dust has settled, Tile Dreaming...
Spoiler alert.
Sorry?
Champon does not make a comeback in there.
No. No. So, Champon, unfortunately, despite having a very strong start to this final week, did end up falling in the last Hanchan, dropping out into 9th position. Urusan better managing against all odds to climb back up into 8th. Oishkanare hanging on in 7th. Tile Dreaming with a bit of a tumble, but staying in at 6th. and everything else sort of more or less stayed the same. Junk and Sumo it was really unfortunate to see them not end up making the top 8 because they were pretty much on the cusp.
They had a
for half
wild
the
season.
An
I
absolute
remember
wild season.
seeing
Yeah.
them go like up and down and up and down.
If I open up this again here, we can see how everything settled. Once I refresh it, here we go. So you can see right here on the right, it's all sort of jumbled together, but yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I actually hasn't updated for this final set of games. It looks like.
yeah.
Oh no, I just had to scroll over. There we go. Yeah, I mean, look at Champon. They were hovering above it just for so long, and just to fall out at the end, that's absolutely heartbreaking for them. And your Junk and Sumo, same thing, sort of hovering around it, just falling a bit short.
Yeah, every point matters.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've been saying all season. Every point matters. Every game matters. It's not really decided until you get down to those final couple Hanchans.
Think about all the little mistakes you did and kick yourself because you. Or don't. Everyone played really well.
Not so much kick yourself, but yeah, like, yeah. I mean, this is why we've been saying all season is just don't count yourself out until you played all your games.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. In the end, it comes down to 1 win, 1 loss, 1 third, 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything we were saying, like, you know, like even like the teams from what, like 4th to 8th, no one was safe because either Junk and Sumo or Urasan but better could take like a massive first. Someone in those teams could take a 4th, and then that's it. That's you switch. It's like a 100k flip, and that's exactly what we saw. And so now,
As I said, Tile Dreaming started tonight in like 3rd or 4th with 100 points. And then by the start of the last Hanchan, they were in danger of falling out.
No,
You know,
the only
if they took a last and people took first, they could just drop out. And you think you're fine up in 3rd and 4th, and it's not at all.
no, I think the only 2 teams that were kind of like safe going in were Riichi Fingers and probably Tanya Sensation.
Pretty much Furious and Double Reach as well. They needed to take like 3 heavy losses or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
But apart from that, it was like everything from like 12th up to 4th was just like any of these teams have the chance of being in top 8 or not being in top 8. And so with that settles the season. So we will take a week break, and then we'll be back next weekend after that with the top 8, which I think is 2 weeks long from memory. I am forgetting, but I believe that's how it works. We can see here real quick. Top 8 teams will play additional 8 Hanchans. So yeah, I think it's 2-2 and then 2-2. So 2 games, 2 games, 2 games, 2 games. So for 2 weeks, and then we go on to the finals. Top 4 make that. We halve the scores. We play 8 Hanchans. So yeah, congratulations to the guys that made it. Thanks for everyone for playing, especially the guys from the FA Asians, Pinfu Pals, Itsu Anko, Jonathan Ron, Junkin Sumo, and Champon. It was even if you didn't get to make the top 8, it was always a pleasure to see everyone jump on and play this league with us. Again, this league started with I think it was 6 or 7 teams of us, in 2020, and it's grown up to this where we've had 16 teams now for 2 seasons. That's incredible. We really thank everyone for signing up and playing. And compared to some other previous seasons, this one was actually really well done. You guys were on top with not being late or having to do many subs and things like that. So it was really well done by everybody.
Do we need any sort of non-team subs this season?
No.
Yeah.
None at all.
Sometimes we need to drag out someone to sub in for you guys, but didn't have to do it even if people sucked in.
Yeah, exactly. It's been really great. Because, I mean, I don't know how many tournaments that everyone here has played, whether this is your first or, you've only played a couple. But you see over time you play in these longer tournaments and people were they lose a couple games and they're like, oh, I don't want to play anymore. They just leave, They stop showing up. They stop trying, and it just it really kills the whole thing. So to have everyone show up and try their hardest to the final week, the final Hanchan. Like it's really, really important, and we really appreciate it. So with that said, we've gone on long enough at this point. So I will leave us there. So thanks. That's not the one. Thanks for jumping on, Jaffa.
No worries.
I appreciate it. Otherwise, I was going to be here on my own. Yeah. You haven't been the only one asleep for a game, Rune. Don't worry about that. I've definitely done that once on my own. Again, thanks for everyone for playing. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So same channel,
Yeah,
same commentators.
Go practice your in that 2 weeks for the teams that made it. Go practice. Level up.
Go
and all that.
practice. Yeah, no, it only gets more interesting from here. So yeah. I hope everyone has a good rest of your days. We'll be back in 2 weeks.